Your 2022 Mingus Marauders are on the air. Mingus Marauder Football is brought to you by Jones Ford Verde Valley, Arizona's best since 1970. State Farm Insurance, Jennifer Griffin. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Rock Zoo Screen Printing, where clothing comes to rock. Longfellow Excavating, we dig your ideas. And Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. Your 2022 Mingus Marauder Football is also brought to you by these fine businesses. Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, 3 generations here to serve you. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. All Price Insurance, call 634-2311 to get your quote. Gettles High Desert Mechanical, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Don't settle, get Gettles. Your Neighborhood Rice Accounting and Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Sun Country Custom Woodworks, serving all of Northern Arizona with commercial and residential custom cabinets. And Yavapai College, you can, we can, together. And now, your voice of Mingus Marauder Football, Jackie Bessler.
Welcome, one and all, and welcome to Deer Valley High School, home of the Skyhawks. Jackie Bessler along with you. Nick Yatsinko's off to my left, and it has been a while since the Mingus Marauders have seen or matched up in any way, shape, or form with Deer Valley. When was the last time you saw them?
Oh, it brings me back to my senior year California football camp in Irvine, California, when Deer Valley was 5A. So they're a little bit of a bigger school than they are now population-wise. And we got to do 7-on-7s and big man competitions against them.
Pretty strong, pretty big?
Yeah, they were really, really good. At the time, they were definitely a playoff contending team in 5A. So you could definitely see we got our butts handed to us, but it was a good learning experience.
Well, actually, they were a playoff team in 2020 or 2021, but in fact, 7-4, losing in the first round to Casa Grande. In 2020, the short season, they were 3-4 and 3-7. In 2019, Coach Dan Friedman is 18-35 with this squad since taking over in 2017. Deer Valley this year so far 0-5. The Mingus Marauders 3-1 and on top of the Grand Canyon region.
That gives me the chills hearing that. I love that. Mingus on top of the Grand Canyon region. That's awesome. And Marauders got to take care of business tonight to stay on top of the region.
Certainly so. They have to, because next week we start Grand Canyon region play with a very stingy, very tough, and battle-tested Bradshaw Bear squad. So we're going to take a break here. We're 86 degrees at game time is the expectation out here for Deer Valley, and the Mingus Marauders. Deer Valley looking for their first win on the season. Mingus looking to go 4-1 to start the 2022 competition. We will return to Deer Valley High School after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, home of the Skyhawks. Jackie Bessler, Nick Yatsinko's along with you. The 0-5 Skyhawks, the 3-1 Mingus Marauders matching up. Mingus trying to go into Grand Canyon region play next week against Bradshaw. 4-1. That would be a coup if they could do that. Taking a look at Mingus' schedule, Maryvale is still 0-4. They lost to 5-0 Trevor Brown by a score of 53-0. They'll play host to 3-2 Moon Valley here tonight. Payson shut out Arizona Lutheran 19-0, but they're on the road to Safford, who is 1-5, and they are number 8 in 3A, but number 11 in the AIA polls. By the way, the AIA rankings are coming out next Tuesday, the 11th. So that's and when you get halfway through the season, that's when they start ranking teams to figure out where we actually are. Independence picked up their first win against Douglas, who was 3-0, now 3-1. They won 28-20. Next up, they are at 4-0 5A Kellis, and a big loss, Washington, to Paradise Valley, 52-7. They'll travel to face the Flagstaff Eagles. Deer Valley's got Mingus here tonight. They lost to 5A Cactus Shadows by a score of 41-21. It was actually 35-21 until the last couple of seconds of that game, according to Coach Friedman, and so it was a lot closer than what the score actually showed. Bradshaw lost 19-3 to number 2 Snowflake. That's number 2 according to Max Preps, not the AIA rankings, by the way. They're looking to bounce back at 3-1 Thunderbird. Their schedule does not get any easier. Coconino upended Apache Junction, who was undefeated, now 3-1. They won 28-21. They're on the road to 2-2 Northwest Christian. Flagstaff lost 30-12 to 5-0 Marcos Deniza, who appears to be a tough team this year. They'll match up with Washington here tonight, Flagstaff, that is. Lee Williams comes off a bye week, just like the Mingus Marauders, and they'll play 3-1 Apache Junction. They're kind of following Coco's lead with that one. And speaking of bye weeks, Nick, is that a good thing, a bad thing? How does that work?
Well, we're going to find out tonight.
Yes.
Hey, Jackie, we'll see the preparation that they put in. So Marauders have had 2 weeks to prepare for the Skyhawks tonight. So we should see some great execution out there. I know we're going to be missing Glassman, but we can work around that, right? The players have had a couple weeks now to adjust. Coach Montebaya's got these guys tuned up. Hopefully you've been drinking your water and getting your exercise, though. Seriously, you need to be stretching and stuff during your bye weeks, because you come back into it and it's fast, hot, and heavy.
Well, I was talking to the coaching staff. Matsubias and Coach Midkiff both said that it was a good bye-week practice. They worked on fixing a lot of things. They also worked on conditioning, trying to get better because we are so few in numbers. Glassman, by the way, a non-football injury will keep him out here tonight, and that's going to be unfortunate. Recap, that game against Cactus Shadows actually was a really good game for the squad here from Deer Valley.
Yeah, just 41-21 loss. And, Jackie, I got the Deer Valley schedule. Boy, they played some tough teams. So they started out the season playing Goldwater, which is a 5A school. Goldwater's typically been a playoff contender in that division, lost 49-7. Then played Buckeye, who we've already known from a couple of our other opponents is a good team. Lost to Buckeye 49-14. Then you mentioned Marcos Denisa. That team is definitely a powerhouse. And that's a 4A team. That's scary because they're putting up 60-plus points on opponents. And they did. Marcos Denisa beat Deer Valley 63-6. And then Empire lost 6-0. Lost 6-0, so they got to be hungry after that one. I would hate to lose a game 6-0. That's talk about a defensive game, huh? You're not going anywhere up the field. And then Cactus Shadows, like you just mentioned, that was a deceiving score, 41-21. It was a little bit closer than that, but yeah, at 0-5, you know Deer Valley's extremely hungry for a win.
You just brought back really bad memories because I actually watched the worst professional football game I have ever seen last night. The Denver Broncos and the Colts going to a soccer match, and Denver losing 12-9 in overtime in one of the worst offensive performances I have witnessed anywhere. So the good thing is it's not Thursday night football. It is Friday night football. Speaking of Thursday night football, the last game of the season has been switched to a Thursday night, because Friday happens to be Veterans Day on the 11th, so it's now been switched to a Thursday night. So our final game is going to be against Prescott, and that will be a Thursday night broadcast. We will then end up with 3 of them this year on a Thursday night. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's giving us a longer weekend.
Well, that's one way to look at it. You don't work weekends, though, so it doesn't matter to me. That's just another work day. Dylan English ended up 17 for 30, 166 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. However, he is not going to be in this game for Deer Valley. He is out with a non-football injury, but an actual injury, being a non-football injury, an injury not experienced here on the football field or on campus, so to speak. So it's going to take away his rushing. It's going to take away his throwing. And Elijah Everett is probably going to have to pick up the slack from the running back position. He 9 carries, 62 yards last week against Cactus Shadows. Their leading receiver from last week with 52 yards and 5 receptions, Jaden Sleeper, is out. Will not be playing this week as well. So a depleted team, even though there's 3 pages of kids on the roster, a depleted team here for Deer Valley, and that certainly can play its role here tonight. Decent defensively, and once again, it was a close game. Something we do want to watch, though, is the punt category. They had 2 punts in that game last week for only 39 yards, less than 20 yards a punt, which can be really dangerous, especially against a defense like Mingus, who has the ability to shut you down 3 and out, and especially deep in your own territory.
We've already scored on a punt block too.
You're
Isaiah
right.
Lathan covering that in the end zone. We got the special teams going already, so yeah, that is going to hurt them.
Certainly so. Well, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to meet the Deer Valley Skyhawks. We're going to go through some season stats and recap the game last week with the actually 2 weeks ago against the Washington Rams. Out of sight, out of mind. We'll be back to Deer Valley High School out of this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders! Insurance.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, home of the Skyhawks, the 3-1 and #1 in the Grand Canyon region, Mingus Marauders. That was a long way to put that, against the 0-5 Deer Valley Skyhawks here today. Deer Valley looking for its first win, and unfortunately is going to be doing so it's been an injury-prone season. Their two senior starting tackles have been out, and one of them continues to be out here today. They've got a leading receiver that is not going to be playing here this evening. Number 9, their everything quarterback, Dylan English, out with a non-football injury, but an actual injury, and that's extremely unfortunate. So it's like everything is going wrong that could possibly go wrong out here for Deer Valley. They're going to run some Wildcat here tonight, and we're also going to see a sophomore quarterback, Tyler LeBaron, will be doing some quarterback duties here for the Skyhawks here tonight. Now, this is a team that likes to throw the ball. In fact, they've been more successful throwing the ball than they have been running the ball, and now their big gun in the backfield is out here.
Hey, you'd think we're going to see a little bit more rushing out of Deer Valley tonight, but who knows? All week long, you'd think that backup quarterback's in there throwing, getting his reps in, so Marauders can't let down their guard tonight. I mean, the cornerbacks and safeties for the Marauders defense has been playing lights out, I feel like. I feel like the catches that our opponents have had have been great catches. I mean, our coverage has been there.
Well, one of the biggest disadvantages to having a sophomore quarterback is, can he read the defense out there? Because when you get to a varsity level, especially a defense that can show different facets and different angles, they can fool you a lot. Right. And that's when you end up putting the ball up, and as soon as you let go of it, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have thrown that, and that's when it gets picked.
Right.
And so there's going to be a lot on this young sophomore out here, LeBaron, for Deer Valley, whether or not he can go up against the secondary of a somewhat battle-tested Mingus Marauder secondary. We've come up against a lot of teams that like to throw the ball so far this year.
Yeah, and Leckington stepped in as cornerback and helped safety for a few weeks, and he's done outstanding. Camacho, these guys at Contreras, they're able to get their hands in there, and they're just going for the ball. That's what I love about what they're doing. They're not going for that pretty interception. They're not trying to turn around and catch the ball, where in most cases the wide receiver will end up catching it, right when you're both looking. So our DBs have been coached really, really well. So and like I said, they're going through some battles. I'd like to see a little bit more battle tested tonight. So if Deer Valley can put it up in the air and test the Marauders DBs a little bit, because going into Grand Canyon region play, we're going to see a balance. We're going to see a balance of good running and good passing. Grand Canyon region's definitely a little bit better than the Copper division, which we've been playing. Tonight we have Skyline Division where Deer Valley is playing out of. But yeah, I mean, we're going to need those tests going into region play.
Last week, unfortunately, not the test that we really wanted to. Washington sat on the self-destruct button early in that game, and nobody really noticed it until there was 48 points on the board. Mingus won 48-0, got another shutout, but didn't particularly look crisp in that game.
No, we had such a short field to go. I mean, we had to go less than 50 yards for all of our scoring, it seemed like.
Scoring drives of 10 yards, 25 yards. We had one drive.
It was amazing to see that self-destruction. I've never witnessed that type of self-destruction where we started, I believe, every drive in that first half in their zone.
At one particular point, Washington was facing 4th and 55.
Yeah. I mean, and with that said, Jackie, we had a lot of points, but there was very few yardage. We'll go over some of the stats from last week. Durkalek throwing the ball was 1 for 5, 33 yards. So it was 1 completion, not too bad. He threw an interception. I still like to see the quarterback getting reps though from it. We might have to use our air game coming up, right? So, but not many reps. He only threw the ball, completed it once, tried 5 times. That's not much. Seth Bruland on the ground with 103 yards total, and boy, he was our workhorse. He got the ball and just kind of got a few yards each play, which is what we need. But then Makai Arnuato, 52 yards. So on the ground total, including Durkalek's scrambling and Senna on the ground, 173 yards rushing the ball. But add the 33 passing in there, and that's 200 yards, and you're scoring 48 points. So the points is a little bit deceiving from last week. However, Washington did not challenge Marauders too much. Given us that short a field like that, they could do just a lot better. I definitely liked that we got a couple fumbles out of the deal. We need to win that turnover battle tonight, and with a young quarterback in for Deer Valley, I can see the Marauders defense doing just that.
Well, I agree with that. And the keys to the game for the Mingus Marauders is, number 1, stay in your game. That's going to be the number 1 thing. Number 2, only show what you got to show, because this is going to be a major a game that the Grand Canyon region is going to look at. So only show what you want to show here tonight if you can get away with it, which is a wonderful advantage. And second of all, the next game, or the next thing for the Mingus Marauders is going to be going for the ball. This will be a time that you can go for a ball, especially when you've got a sophomore quarterback. You've got some inexperience out there. So it's a time that you can be a little bit more aggressive than you would normally be. But you've got the opportunity to play your game here today, and the opportunity to go into Grand Canyon region play at 4-1, which would be absolutely huge and phenomenal. That would just be unbelievable. Right now, Mingus sitting number 1 on top of the Grand Canyon region. Also want to note defensively that Cam Davis is going to take over for Glassman here at the defensive end position here tonight. A non-football injury is going to keep Glassman out of tonight's competition, but nonetheless, we're getting ready with the band out on the field here. You had made mention the size of the stands. This is a 5A school. Yeah. This school is like 3 square miles big. It is a huge campus here at 51st Avenue and Union Hills in the Glendale area. And the Mingus Marauders and Deer Valley squad will begin getting underway here momentarily. And we're going to take a 30-second break here. We're going to take a 30-second break, and when we return, we're going to go through some of the keys to the game, as well as our eye on the game and our coin toss coming up here from Deer Valley High School after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, we have got the band out on the field there, getting ready for the presentation of the colors out here, and I noticed that there is a lot of pink going out on the field, and even with the colors out there. Any idea what's going on?
Yeah, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Jackie, and love to see the pink. Love to see all the players wearing the pink socks. Sometimes you'll see, I know I've already seen a handful of Deer Valley Skyhawks out there with the pink socks. And then tonight, just to give a shout out to teacher Becky Bell with Deer Valley. She was diagnosed with cancer some time back, and longtime teacher here at Deer Valley High School, and she's actually an honorary captain for the Skyhawks tonight. So it's beautiful to see. They all got the matching shirts on and everything. So not positive we'll see her at the coin toss, but have to give Becky a shout out and all the prayers and thoughts.
However, she is going to be calling the coin toss. So she will be calling the coin toss. She has already decided. Now the question is whether she's flip-flopped 3 or 4 times
Exactly.
already. Do I want to go with heads or do I not? So that'll be interesting to see how that's going to work out. But certainly wish Becky Bell well and all of our listeners out there that are dealing with cancer in their lives in one way, shape, or form, which is absolutely horrible. We're getting ready for our national anthem out here.
And we ask that you please stand to honor America.
And our national anthem coming up.
By the Deer Valley Skyhawks.
We've got the color guard coming out.
And the presentation of colors by the Air Force JROTC team under the direction of Major Von Wyden and Master Sergeant Danny Stilchel.
So the Air Force ROTC with the colors out here. I'd love to see the precision.
Mm-hmm.
And our national anthem, performed by the Deer Valley Skyhawk Band, a wonderful rendition, and the color guard doing a phenomenal job out there. And for all of our troops overseas and stationed abroad and stationed in the homeland, wherever they may be, thank you for your service wherever you happen to be. And speaking of service, the service also includes our referees out here tonight as we get on to our Eye on the Game, sponsored by Reese's Tire. Look for discounts, coupons, and rebates on tires, wheels, and automotive services at reesestire.com. Locally owned, Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, they won't be beat. You can ask about 6-month and 12-month no interest financing. Did you catch that? No interest financing. Everybody's talking about interest rates going through the roof. They're talking about no interest financing at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. They even have no credit financing options. Go to reesestire.com for details. And I believe they have announced the Deer Valley squad, or is it the Mingus squad that, oh, there's the Mingus squad coming in, who is just coming across the track. Hard to see. They're taking their time getting to the field out here today. They're tired from their bye week.
And I'll tell you, the Skyhawks are behind them, so they're even maybe more lackadaisical tonight. But just to put some names to the eyes on the game, Jackie, referee tonight, Keith Pierce, umpire, Damian Burnett. Our line judge will be Charlie Coleman. Head linesman tonight, Dane Butler. And our back judge is David Lake.
All right. Want to thank some of our sponsors, also including Larry Green Chevrolet, a Mingus Marauder sponsor for 2022. Our friends at Taylor Waste, which is, I think they might be a 30-year sponsor of Mingus Marauder football. Rock Zoo Screen Printing. If you've got shirts to get, great place to go. All Price Insurance. Thank you, Becky. Our friends at Jones Ford, who also do our scoreboard on Verde Valley TV. And you can watch the game here today at Verde Valley TV on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and look up Verde Valley TV. Gettles High Desert Mechanical, our friends at Rice Accounting, and Jackson Hewitt. Of course, Lewis Wright also might be a 30-year sponsor of Mingus Marauder football. Sun Country Custom Cabinets. I want to welcome them back as a Mingus Marauder sponsor. Northern Arizona Healthcare and our friends at Yavapai College. Here come the Skyhawks from Deer Valley. And one of the things that you made mention of before we even started pregame was there's a lot of youth on this Deer Valley squad.
Yeah, you're not kidding, Jackie. They got some good seasons to look forward to. I know this season's starting. They're 0-5 right now, looking for their first win, but boy, do they have a lot of juniors and sophomores. I think I saw only 6 seniors. Only a few of them are starting, too. So lots of youth over there for Deer Valley, and including even their starting quarterback who's out this week is a junior. So they have a lot of guys coming back next season. So, well, you know they're going to be getting their reps, and they'll be coming back much better next season.
512 yards in the air so far this year, and only 396 yards on the ground. That's not something that you find typical in high school football, where you end up with more passing yards than you actually do rushing yards. They might be thrown into more of a rushing type situation. We will have to find out. They have 10 turnovers so far this year, and in fact they've got more kick return yards than rush yards from the line of scrimmage. Wow. Defensively, tackle-wise, Kruziger leads the team, tied for the lead with Soto with 34 tackles apiece. You're going to see Johnson out there, Benton and Ayazi making tackles out there, as well as Barker. Leading the team in sacks is going to be Benton. He's got 3 sacks on the season. They got 8.5 overall. Only 1 interception and 2 fumble recoveries. So a takeaway of, well, actually a turnover ratio of -7. The Mingus Marauders come in tonight with a turnover ratio of a +2.
Yep, and that's going to bode well for the Marauders, especially with a new quarterback coming in for Deer Valley. They better be really careful with ball safety.
Well, I think the Mingus Marauders are going to be out there ball hacking for sure as we get ready for our coin toss. And it looks like Becky may have actually gone out for the coin toss. Yes?
I love it. That's outstanding. And like I said, all of our thoughts and prayers with the station are with her. And that's a big battle that she's going through, and all of our thoughts out to her.
We got Rodriguez, Wolowitz, Machado, and Choate out there for the Mingus Marauders as we get to our coin toss, brought to you by State Farm. Jennifer Griffin, and she says, go Marauders, go. Stop in to see Jennifer for all your insurance and financial needs at 545 South Main Street in Cottonwood. That's directly across from Walgreens and State Farm Insurance. Jennifer Griffin is pleased to be a part of this Mingus Marauder broadcast, and we wish our wonderful teacher out there all the recovery in the world, as it looks like. Did you see who actually won the toss out there?
It's going to be, and that's going to be Becky, and it looks like I didn't quite see the ump signal that one. So let's see. There's still get a little bit of confusion out at the coin toss. Like, hey, did you pick up the coin? No, I didn't.
I lost it in the blue out here of the Skyhawks.
With a little bit of pink, and boy, there you go, Jackie. You can see all the Marauders wearing the pink socks. Absolutely love it. Coach Montebaya's way to be supportive there. All the players out with the pink. Deer Valley's got a nice handful of pink out there, and you see the pink wristbands on the umpires and referees tonight. And let's see, it looks like Deer Valley's going to be getting it, so
Mingus will be kicking off.
Right. Mingus will be kicking off. Looking forward to that ball at the half, but let's see if we can't get our defense to get a big stop early on here.
Well, I'm not sure if it's actually true, but we're going to say Becky won the toss.
Oh, 100% Becky won
absolutely.
the toss.
That's what we wanted to see. Way to go, Becky. All right, so Deer Valley and the Mingus Marauders. And Jake Krasenberg and Archer are back for Deer Valley. Looks like Camacho is going to kick off for the Mingus Marauders, waiting to get the ball. The referee tells him, kick the ball that way. Did you see that?
Yeah, the head's up there. Yeah. That direction right there.
Right. Camacho said, are you serious? Okay, I'll get that.
So watch out. Let me just kick this thing.
All right, we're going to see if Camacho, I know he's been practicing during the break, see if he can actually get the ball to the end zone. He'll kick it deep, and it will bounce at about the 10-yard line, and it goes out of bounds. So pretty decent field position as the pink flag was thrown out here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a good field position it will be had by Deer Valley. He tried to get that thing right into the corner. I think he got a little bit too much insole step on it.
Yeah, it was a nice try. That's a really nice try. Camacho just wants that one back. That's almost, it could have bounced right through the end zone. It bounced right at the 10-yard line, came back, and then went out of bounds. So Marauders defensively Still a big test here. Deer Valley gets a little bit of a short field, starting at the 35, their own 35, that is.
And we'll take a look and see who is going to be in the backfield. They're going to start in more of a wildcat. And we're going to get a whistle to start the game.
The tee was still on the field.
Oh.
That's what they were waiting for. The tee was still on the field.
Got it. All right, the tee is off. Now we're ready to go. Spread formation here by the Skyhawks. Sends a man in motion, and there is the snap, and it's going to be a handoff, a run to the left-hand side, and he gets tackled very quickly out there. Short yardage from number 42, gain of about 3.
And that's it. Nice job by the Marauders closing in on that defensive line of scrimmage.
So Marcus Johnson gets the first rush of the game, and he'll pick up 2. 2nd and 8 now from the 37-yard line.
And they're already testing Cam Davis going to his side on that first play, so nice job, only giving up a couple.
Spread formation once again, man in motion. Becomes lopsided. Quarterback's going to keep it, tries to run up underneath, and will get inundated by white shirts. That door closed quickly for the Mingus Marauders, so the quarterback will pick up 1 off of that.
Yeah, I love it, and I can see Contreras out there in the mix. Big Nick Choate out there. These guys doing a great job early on, trying to force a 3 and out.
I think it was Choate that actually got him. And it looks like Noble might be the quarterback out there, if I'm catching that correctly. Two backs in the backfield here for Deer Valley. There's the snap, the handoff, going to the far side, trying to get around the corner, and he will not get around the corner. And he will get captured. Actually, it's going to be Kreisiger who is doing the quarterbacking out there.
And we got a penalty on the play, so let's see what that is. Going to be false start. Okay, so false start. So Deer Valley's going to back up 5. So they're digging themselves a little bit of a hole early on. Marauders, like you just said, it's a great defensive play, even though it's not going to count for anything. Is that penalty's wiping that out?
Well, you never know. you gotta make the tackle because you don't know which way that's going, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. Just play it safe, make the tackle.
All right, let's see where they're going to mark the ball. They have the ball. Are they backing it up or no? Taking their time here. Still waiting for him to back it up, and oh, there we go. So they put the ball back inside the 35 at the 33, 5-yard penalty, and the quarterback's going to keep it. Kreisiger gets eaten up in the backfield and taken down, and that's Latham. He'll get a sack out of that one. That'll be a deep one.
What a beast, love it. Latham comes towards the sidelines, pumping his chest. That's how you play defense right there. Grabs the jersey and does not let go. Kreisiger's got nowhere to go on that.
So that is going to be a sack of 8 yards. So good job to Latham as he'll get in there. And the punting for the squad, not particularly fantastic. Camacho's back, but he's only at the 50-yard line. Line of scrimmage is at the 25. There's the punt, decent, high, and it's going to take a good bounce for the Skyhawks, and it will go all the way down inside the 35 down to the 33. So how about that? Switch the field. Not bad at all.
Yeah, right. You go into the game with not strong punt stats, and Marauders thinking, all right, we got maybe an advantage on special teams, but no. That's a great punt. And Marauders are deep in their zone a little bit, and they got a long field to go.
So Durkalek will lead the offense out there for the Mingus Marauders. And last game against Washington, he looked like he wasn't throwing the ball real well. Let's see how much they try to put it up or if they keep it on the ground out here. Durkalek's got 3 men in the backfield. Wing formation. There's the snap, and he will hand it off to the near side. And Bruland winding his way inside, outside, following his blockers like a chess game, and he'll pick up 7.
I love it. Bruland, that's such a great run to the outside. It's just a 28 sweep, so he's got Jahir Hernandez pulling in front of him. Jahir makes a great block, and boy, Bruland is just so good at shifting in and out. Like you say, he's almost like a magician out there.
They give him 6 officially as the ball is at the 39-yard line. Durkalek looks to take the snap. One receiver to the far side, puts Dixon in motion, and there's Arnaudo. Arnaudo bowls his way forward past the line to gain here for first down for the Mingus Marauders across the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I'd love to see such a hard-nosed run like that. Mackay, that's a great job just running into your line of scrimmage. Even though the hole might have been a little bit small, he's able to get that first down and move the chains for the Marauders.
Holes get bigger if you go really fast.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, you can just make that hole bigger. All right, wing formation once again. Mingus, 2 plays, first down, are trying to approach Deer Valley territory. There's the snap, a lot of movement, no call. Brulin follows his blocks inside, has a man to beat and gets out to about he'll gain about 9. Looked like he was following his center. Bowers out there, who turned around and made a great block and able to get out of the grasp of 1 or 2 would-be tacklers to gain another 9.
Yeah, got to give some love to that Mingus offensive line who played so great all season long. Clay Bowers in the middle, Jahir Hernandez, Noah Wallowitz, Isaiah Latham, Nicholas Choate, playing some end as Ethan Jones. And I'll tell you, Jack, these guys have been so impressive our first few games. And they're going to keep up that momentum for Grand Canyon Region play. Let's see what they can do tonight.
Contreras out as Camacho's in at the receiver spot. Dirkelek takes the snap. Big pitch to the far side. It goes to Brulin. Brulin's got a block out there by Camacho. Gets to the edge and then gets pushed out of bounds inside the 20. A tremendous gain for the Mingus Marauders as he takes off from the 28-yard line and will be marked inside the 20 or right at the 20. How about that? A 28-yard run, a quick pitch to that pitch was right along the line of scrimmage.
It was almost like when you see the refs kind of throw the ball back to each other to set it, right? It's a hard underthrow. It was an underarm throw, and what an awesome pitch to the outside.
Right at the red zone are the Mingus Marauders. Looking to make the first strike here. There's the snap. The handoff goes inside. Arnaudo gets spun around, runs through another tackle, and then down to and close to the 10-yard line. Just outside the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 11-yard line, a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a great job. Mackay's not going to go down by an arm tackle for sure. First Skyhawk in there was Cameron Duran, and he just kind of held on and was joined by a couple other Skyhawks to take him down. But that's a nice hard run by Mackay.
That's a 3-ticket ride at the fair.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Grab onto the fullback and hang on. So 2nd and 1 just outside the 10. Second back will get it. Brulin trying to follow his blocks. Can he get to the corner? No, he can't. But he's inside the 10-yard line. He will pick up the first down and get down to the 5. So give him 6. So first and goal for the Mingus Marauders from the 5.
You gotta love it. Marauders continue to move the ball, and on the tackle again was Cameron Durant. So he's looking for a little bit of help in the rest of his defense out there. They're scrambling to get Brulin down.
So Contreras back in, Camacho out. They're brothers, by the way. So they do the tag team at the receiver. 1 receiver split. Dirkelek puts a man in motion. There is the snap, and it's going to Arnaudo. Arnaudo into the end zone. Touchdown for the Mingus Marauders. 5:53 left to go. First drive for the Mingus Marauders. It's a good one as it goes about 70 yards for the touchdown and the first strike for the Mingus Marauders.
Well, scoring on your first offensive drive is always the goal for offensive coordinators, and there it is. So nice job by the Marauders coaching staff, and that's exactly how you want to start the game out for the Marauders.
Hernandez out for the extra point. Dirkelek for the hold. Looking for the snap. There's the snap. Good snaps. The hold is down. The line drive is off the pole and no good. That pole is still bouncing. Man, he hit that thing hard. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will find out whether the pole is still moving or not in 30 seconds. We're back after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
Hall are back for the Skyhawks out here. Deer Valley 0-5 looking for their first win. Mingus looking for their fourth win. Leads 6-0. There's the kickoff by Camacho, a line drive. It's going to come down to Hall, taking it about the 11-yard line. Looking to ditch back to the outside. Has a few blockers, gets a lane, and then knocked out of bounds right by Camacho, right at about the 35, 37-yard line. So Deer Valley will start again past their own 30. Good field position.
Yep, that's 2 possessions in a row. They're getting it, a lot better than a touchback right there. And Deer Valley's got somewhat of a short field to go. Gosh, you'd imagine, Jackie, Deer Valley's just got to be hungry to find that end zone. If you're the Marauders, you'd be looking for some counters, right? Maybe some counters or some kind of trick plays or anything of that nature, too.
We're going to see what they do. 4 receivers, 3 to the near side. Nobody in the backfield with the quarterback. Man in motion, and he's going to fake it and run it up the middle. Contreras and Jones take him down. And Kaisiger on the keeper, he's just going to run Wildcat with that.
Yeah, and what a nice job by Contreras. He's playing a little bit of soft safety position and just comes right up and just doesn't let him go anywhere. Nice job. Kruziger is going to be feeling it after that one.
Well, Kreisiger gets his first rush that actually counts. And they're going to give him 3 yards on the option. He's got 1 back in the backfield with him once again, 2 to either side. Puts a man in motion. There's the snap, and they are going to hand it off to the motion man. Number 25 is around the corner. He's got good speed. Finally taken down past the first down, all the way out near the 50, and that's going to be a gain of 11. And that's number 25 with the run.
And that's going to be Mateus Aguilar. What a great run to the outside. And Contreras does a great job of tracking him down. 2 plays in a row being involved on the tackle there.
First down here from Deer Valley as they get the ball close to midfield. Their first drive ended up in a punt, a pretty decent punt. Mingus on their first drive went down and got a touchdown and then nailed the right side, the right upright on the extra point attempt. Kreisiger takes the snap motion as there was a receiver on the near side. Looked like number 21 moving all on his own. Teddy Johnson might have gotten the count wrong, and that's going to cost him 5 and the second penalty of the game against Deer Valley.
Yeah, yikes, and especially when you can't quite you just had a good offensive run, and then you get a flag to kind of negate that a little bit. So Marauders loving that out there.
We've seen the dangers of getting behind the sticks.
Oh, man, last week was incredible. We talked about that in the pregame show. Deer Valley, I'm sure, won't find themselves in that predicament. Well, they got to be careful with the penalties early on.
Spread formation once again, Kreisinger in the backfield. 1 back to his right. Looks to take the snap. There's the snap. He's going to run. He goes right up the middle and runs right into the line for the Mingus Marauders. And that looks like to be Davis, who catches the running back for the tackle.
I love it. That's Davis and Jahir Hernandez out there. Both the big guys on that side of the defensive line do a great job. They didn't let the running back go anywhere, the Skyhawks.
Well, that's when you get back in the huddle and you're like, somebody was supposed to block him, right? He wasn't supposed to be there.
Right, that hurt. Right, I just ran right into him.
Spread formation once again. We have seen nothing but spread formations from these Phoenix teams. Nobody in the backfield with Kreisinger, who takes the snap, looks to throw, gets pressured. Now he's got to run and is dragged down by big Nicholas Choate.
Man, I'll tell you that's just not a fair job to have to block Nicholas Choate. Man, what a beast he's been all season long. And Jackie, on that play, he just manhandled his offensive lineman and tackled the quarterback. That's a great job by that young man.
3rd and 15. Either 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 15. Scoreboard says 3rd and 15. So after the 5-yard motion penalty, Deer Valley has stuttered and not been able to get the ball forward here. Spread formation once again. By the way, Kreisinger looked like he was trying to set up some sort of a screen on that play and decided he had to tuck it and run. puts a man in motion. There's the snap. He bobbles the snap, picks it up. Now he's going to come back to the near side. He is covered up by the Mingus Marauders. Jones is in there, and it looks like Davis is in there as well. All of a sudden, he was surrounded by nothing but white shirts. That will be a sack for a negative another 4 yards.
Wow, what an outstanding start for the Marauders defensively. I mean, the Skyhawks get a first down on a really good run by Aguilar, and then the Marauders just continue to push him back. That's such a great defensive job, and you see the replay there. Poor Kruziger's got nowhere to go. Like you said, Jackie, just surrounded by Marauders.
Punt formation once again. Good snap. High punt. Short. It's going to get across the 50. It'll take a nice bounce, though, and huge bounce for the Skyhawks. How about that? That one is going to set the stats, as it'll get all the way back down to the 15-yard line. How about that bounce, buddy? Holy cow. That hit at the Mingus Marauder 47-yard line and bounced all the way into the 15-yard line.
Hey, let me push my jaw back up, Jackie. for a team that, when we got to talk to some of the coaches before the game, we're a little bit worried about the punting unit. This punting unit is top-notch right now for the Skyhawks.
You know, they didn't perform statistically well last week.
Well, we're seeing it live great.
When the ball bounces your way. Okay, so the Mingus Marauders with an 85-yard field to try to get something done. There's the snap. Bruland on the near side, finds a hole, gets out past the 30, hits the sideline, takes on a would-be blocker, and stays in bounds and gets down to about the 45-yard line. Inside the 45 into the 44-yard line, and they are going to move the chains. How about that? How about switching the field on one run?
I love it, love it. And Marauders obviously showing that that's a threat all night long. And there's no better companionship, Jackie, than when your guard pulls out in front of you. You can see the replay here. Your guard pulls out in front of you, and he grabs the running back jersey, right? And he says, hey, follow me. Right. That's a great job, Jahir. Nice job on the offensive line.
So 1st and 10 from the 44, and the handoff goes up into the middle. Arnaudo out to the outside, gets a block. He's at the 30, the 20, takes on a would-be blocker, and takes on 4 of them, and gets inside the 15 just like that. Back-to-back plays, and the Mingus Marauders have flipped the field in 2 plays. How about that?
Well, I'll say this is the most crisp we've seen the Marauders offensively execute here all season long, and I mean, boy, our 5th game in, and our offense is looking real sharp right now. That's a great play. You can see the replay here. I'll check block Contreras makes. That's a great job on the outside.
Runs of 29 and then 43 yards, and the Mingus Marauders are outside the 10. They are at the 13-yard line. Man in motion is Dixon, and he'll get the ball. Dixon on the sweep to the far side, cuts it inside and into the end zone. Touchdown, Dixon, from the, looks like 11, 12-yard line out there. And 3 plays, and Mingus goes down and scores.
Love to see it, and Dixon, well-deserved. Worked hard. We've seen him on a few of those flank plays right out, and that's a great crisp run. You can see the replay here. Offensive line stands all their guys up. It's great to see, and Dixon gets into the end zone, spikes the ball, and then picks it back up. Great sportsmanship.
3 plays, 85 yards, now setting up for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. This one is good, and I forgot to tell you, the right upright stopped moving, which is a good thing. All right, so the Mingus Marauders get 7. They'll take a 13-0 lead according to the Jones Ford scoreboard. 1:03 left to go, quarter number 1. We're back after this.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
Valley High School, and Camacho set up to kick off for the third time here in the first quarter. Mingus on top 13-0. He'll put a boot into it. This one's a little deeper, down to about the 7-yard line. It is taken by Noble. Noble inside, outside, trying to get to the corner. Gets by Camacho. Good return as he is out to the 50-yard line, and a tremendous return of about 43 yards out there. Best starting field position for Deer Valley as he just wound his way in and out through the Mingus Marauders special teams.
Yep, safe to say, you can see the replay here, just a really good return. Blocks have been set up there. Marauders try to do a good job trying to cut off the angles, but nonetheless, the Skyhawks have had some good special teams so far tonight.
Dylan English out with a non-football injury here, the starting quarterback. Kreisinger in for him, and that makes a difference here for the Deer Valley offense, who has been unable to put the ball up in the air so far. There is the snap. They hand it off. Kreisinger actually lines up as a running back this time and gets about 9, and the handoff was out there by number 26. That's Tyler LeBaron, who took over the sophomore sitting in at the quarterback position.
Yeah, and that's a nice run by the Skyhawks. That's what they need to build off of. They were able to pull a couple guards, and I like those blocking schemes where you're taking different angles at guys, because it always works. And yeah, the Skyhawks able to get about 8 or 9 on that run.
Kreisinger likes it much better when he gets the ball as a running back as opposed to scrambling for his life as a quarterback. Flanked by 2 potential running backs. Handoff comes to the near side. Oh, spin move, and Contreras hung on to the jersey out there, laying on the ground with that stretched jersey. And Contreras had one hand on him and just stopped his progress. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 1 for Deer Valley when we come back at the Mingus Marauder 41-yard line. Quarter number 2 coming up. 13-0 Mingus.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, 3rd and 1 from the Mingus Marauder 41, the first play of quarter number 2. There's the snap, they hand it off, and they will get the first down. Latham will get the tackle, a slam to the ground. Getting the ball is going to be Aguilar. He'll pick up the first down, get a new set of downs for Deer Valley, who has now moved the ball the deepest into Mingus Marauder territory so far this game.
Yeah, great job by Aguilar. I mean, if you're running back, you just want to grab that, tuck it. He saw Latham standing there, and he knew he was going to get slammed to the ground pretty hard. But nonetheless, still get forward and get that first down. Deer Valley moving the sticks.
Pink throughout the stadium, pink throughout the teams out here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Becky Bell as well, a teacher here at Deer Valley High School. Offset I for Deer Valley. 2 receivers up top. There's the snap. The handoff goes to Aguilar. Aguilar spins and will get demolished right at about the 35-yard line, a gain of 3.
Yeah, able to still get some positive yardage out of it. And looks like Marauders have someone a little bit slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay.
That is definitely not what we need, and that is going to be, it looks like Bowers. Was that Bowers number 65?
Did you hear Hernandez?
Oh,
big
Hernandez,
man's okay. It looks like maybe cramping up, grabbing the rib cage a little bit. Get to the sidelines, get some Gatorade.
sometimes you get in the pile like that and you take friendly fire too.
Right.
And that definitely happens when you've got a running back that was standing and standing still, and somebody went, oh, free shot, and then all of a sudden he wasn't standing anymore. Offset I once again, 2nd and 7 from the Mingus Marauder 35-yard line. There's the snap, and Aguilar finds his way, wiggles his way through the line, and will pick up a first down inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, not sure if the Marauders defense split the line a little bit, you know, spread them out a little bit further. Looks like, no, there's still 4 down linemen there. Just what a nice job by the Skyhawks offensive line to open up a hole, and Aguilar's starting to make some cuts here in the Marauders defense.
Running the ball a little bit more efficiently this run. Aguilar's got 4 carries, 26 yards so far. Kreisiger's got 7 carries for 0 yards, but he's got 2 sacks, been sacked twice. There's the snap, there it goes. Aguilar tries to spin his way inside. This time Mingus shuts the gate and painted it and then nailed it.
Yep, loving that. Followed by the big guys up front. I mean, that's who's doing the painting and nailing. I think Nick Choate, Cam Davis, you see there on your screen. Leckington's on the corner. Marauder defense, you see center right in the middle of your screen. These guys have been on point all season. And you bet they don't want to give up any points right here to the Skyhawks, and they're threatening.
Yeah, Mingus is doing that karate thing, paint the fence. And it's kind of like the wax on, wax off. Paint the fence. All right, so 2nd and 10. Actually, they tell him they got back to the line of scrimmage, which is at the Mingus Marauder 26. Might be within field goal range, but 2nd and 10 is Deer Valley. There's the snap. Quarterback keeps it. The quarterback looking to throw. He's got Latham behind him. Throws the ball, and in and out of the hands. Might be thrown just a little bit short out there. And Latham getting a little help up from his friend as Davis will help him back up after scampering after the sophomore quarterback. Have you ever noticed that quarterbacks run faster when Latham is chasing you?
Yeah, seriously. And I think he's scrambling out, right? You see the replay there. I don't think he thinks Latham's that fast. Then the big guy tracks him down.
Well, he got an extra burst of speed at the end of that, though.
Yeah, he did. Still got a hit on the quarterback, which goes a long way, Jackie. I mean, you know it wears you out throughout the game. How many times can you possibly get hit? And Isaiah Latham lays another one.
3 receivers topside, 1 receiver now in motion, and a timeout on the field. Deer Valley's going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them. An important 3rd and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 26-yard line when we return to Deer Valley High School after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
An all-important 3rd and 10 for Deer Valley. Definitely 4-down territory. The Mingus Marauders here in the second quarter leading 13-0, but Deer Valley driving. Offset I once again. Quarterback steps back, throws the screen. It comes to Kreisinger. Kreisinger covered up by none other than Mr. Jones. One of the most disciplined kids we've got on the Mingus Marauders squad, and a great open field tackle as the pass goes for relatively no yardage, maybe inches, and it becomes now 4th and 10 from the 26-yard line.
You got some kind of mic down to our defense, Jackie. You called that a little bit earlier. You said, I think they were trying to set up a screen earlier. That's exactly what they were trying to do, because there it is. Nice job by Ethan Jones, just staying home, and making a great athletic tackle.
Well, I think Mingus watched film, and I think that's something that Deer Valley likes to do is the screens. So I think they were ready for it and saw it coming. Offset eye, quarterback is going to look to throw. He's got pressure, avoids the pressure, gets up underneath, and Senna gets a hold of him, and then finally the Mingus Marauders are able to trap him and catch him before he's able to scamper away for a first down, but he does get inside the 25 down to about the 22-yard line maybe, and Mingus will take over on downs. A great effort out there by the sophomore LeBaron. Man, he looked downfield and then saw the instant pressure coming off the edge, found a way to get through the line and took on some rather devastating hits, and Mingus will get the ball back, but how about that? That's pretty gutsy, picking up 4 or 5 yards that way.
Yeah, and he had to spin off a few of those big hits too, but he was not going to get away from Isaiah Latham on that. He lays a big hit again.
So here comes the Mingus Marauders, and there is the ball is on the turf, I think. A fumble by the Mingus Marauders covered up. Arnado gets up with the ball, and that'll be a loss of 1 or 2 for the Mingus Marauders as the ball is now at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it just looks like a miscue with the snap there. You can see the replay here. We'll get a good look at maybe what happened. Yeah, looked like an okay snap. Maybe Dirk just kind of looking ahead before he actually got the snap.
Here come the Mingus Marauders, a handoff going to the right-hand side, and Deer Valley with good coverage out there as Arnado comes up with the ball. He'll get back what he lost. He'll get it out to the 24-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, and that last play, the Marauders were kind of in like a hurry-up mode. So trying to maybe catch Deer Valley off guard, but it didn't work. The Skyhawks were ready for that one.
Here come the Marauders once again. Man in motion is Machado, quarterback. Takes the ball, rolls to the right-hand side. He's going to keep it. He's got a first down and more, and scampering out of bounds somewhere around the 34-yard line, and a 10-yard run by Dirkelek.
Yeah, what a clutch run by the Marauders quarterback there. Grayson Dirkelek, nice job. Way to get to the outside. He had Jahir Hernandez pulling in front of him. Pretty sure that was supposed to be a setup for a pass. You get to see the replay here, and you'll see our guard Jahir pulling in front of him. There he goes. Yeah, I think Dirkelek just saw an open field and said, I'm going to get this first down.
Officially 8 yards on the run, but he gets out of bounds. Ball's at the 32-yard line, and a completed 3rd down. A good 3rd down for the Mingus Marauders as they catch the first. Man in motion is going to be Machado once again. There's the handoff. Arnado up the middle as he's tackled by the ball. He's got to come back to make sure he keeps the ball as he gains 2 right up the middle.
Yeah, that's a nice job by the Skyhawks defense. I'll tell you, this drive for the Marauders is not as easy as the last few. Skyhawks really making them earn it.
2nd and 8 now. Just under 7 minutes left to go. Maybe 6:45 on the clock. 2nd quarter action. Mingus leading the Skyhawks by a score of 13-0. Mingus on their 3rd drive. They've scored on their first 2. Offset wing formation here for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap. Here comes the rollout near side. Quarterback looking to run. He's going to run. He's going to get the first down and then get out of bounds and come all the way to the near side where the benches are as he'll pick up the 80 needed, and he'll get 11, how about 14 on the carry.
Yeah, I love it. It's very similar play to that previous 3rd down play where Dirkelek just sees it and takes it. And Jackie, what I love most about that entire play was Jahir Hernandez pulled out in front of him, right? And you can see Jahir Hernandez, as soon as Dirkelek takes off, you can see the replay here. Jahir Hernandez kind of throws his arms out like, hey, I wanted to block somebody. And that is awesome to see from the big guys.
I ran all the way out here to give you a pocket, and you run right by me. There's the snap, and it's going to be Arnado on the quick hitter up the middle. He's only going to gain 1 or 2, but it'll get him to Deer Valley's side of the field out to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that's it looks like a generous spot. They might give him 2 on that one.
They do.
And that's just a hard run right there where you're running into the line of scrimmage, literally just lowering your shoulders and hoping you fall forward.
Arnado's got 8 carries and 70 yards so far. And Brulin's got 5 carries, 78 yards. Receiver on the short side of the field with Contreras now. Quarterback looks to take the snap. He has a man in motion. That's Machado. Machado's going to get it. Sweep to the near side. It's past the 50, the 45. He may have gotten the first down. We'll see where they spot it. And if they spot it there at the 40-yard line, that is a first down. And there comes a flag. That one's yellow. And it came out from the line judge. It's right on the 40-yard line. So it looks like it was after the play. So we're going to have to wait and see what the call might be. It is going to be a 9-yard gain by Machado, unsportsmanlike, and it is going to go against Deer Valley. Oof, that looked like it might have been a verbal after the play, too.
Ouch, 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 ouch. You're the Skyhawks. We got to keep your composure here, and you can't let your mouth do any of the work. You got to do it all with your athleticism. And that's really going to hurt the Skyhawks and push the Marauders even closer, almost to the red zone already.
25-yard line is where the Mingus Marauders will set up shop here at the 25 of Deer Valley. 5.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Durkalek looks to take the snap over center. There it is, and he'll hand it to the second back. That's Brulin. Brulin wavers his way inside and out, and will get a great gain, probably up 7 yards or so inside the red zone. Go the Mingus Marauders so far. They are 2 for 2 with red zone visits in this game. Actually give him 8 on the carry. Mingus leading 13-0, trying to extend the lead here tonight.
Yeah, trying not to punt the ball either. Marauders doing a great job not having a punt and keeping themselves driving. As an offensive coordinator, an offensive player, anybody with offense, you can't ask for a better game so far than that.
Wolowitz steps out of the game here for a moment. We get a replacement out there on the line for him. Wing formation, Machado's in motion. They're going to give it to Arnado. Arnado rumbles and stumbles and bumbles his way inside the 10, down to the 6. He'll pick up another first down, as he'll gain another 9 yards. And, man, he goes airborne when he runs. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah, and then he's laying hits as he runs, too. I love that about Mackay. He's a very hard-nosed running back, where on the flip side of it, then we have Bruland, who just shifts in between people.
Right, yeah. Well, Brulin's on the left, Arnado's on the right, and Dixon's now in the motion, and it's going to be Brulin going the opposite way. It's a foot race to the corner, and Brulin's going to win it. 5-yard touchdown run by Brulin for the Mingus Marauders with 4:40 left to go, and Mingus extends the lead to 19-0.
Great job in Marauders offense. Well-deserved. That's a hard drive that they just had and went down and executed. No need to punt the ball, Coach. We're just going to find the end zone, find some pay dirt. Marauders build themselves a good lead here in Deer Valley.
First score here in the second quarter for the Mingus Marauders, and that one had to be a longer one. It actually started on their own 20. So last week, Mingus got not a lot of long drives. They only had one long drive in the game. So far, the Mingus Marauders have 3 fairly decent long, and 2 long drives for sure, and a fairly decent one. So now Mingus set up to go for the 2-point conversion to try to get the missed extra point back. Quarterback, Durkalek takes the snap. They hand it off. Brulin cuts it inside, dives to the end zone, and gets the 2-point conversion to make it 21-0 here in the second quarter. We will take a break. When we return, Camacho will kick off again for Mingus.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, it's going to be Archer and Noble back for the Seahawks. Camacho's going to kick off once again. So you take a look at the Mingus Marauder kickoff team. Camacho approaches, and he'll put this one on the ground, and it'll be covered by the Skyhawks at the 35-yard line. So really, that's really not much of a difference. So Skyhawks show the ability to be dangerous on the return team. So now Mingus decides to just kind of kick a squib kick on the ground and covered right at the 36-yard line. So basically, Deer Valley hasn't started deep in this game at all.
No, they've had better field position than the Marauders, and they're just not capitalizing on it. And yeah, you're right, Jack. Yeah, and I agree with that. The coaching staff of the Marauders, let's just squib it, right? I mean, they did show a threat. Their special teams is, so far for Deer Valley, special teams has been their best side of it. So yeah, I agree with the squib quick. Try to keep it out, and you don't want them to find the end zone if they don't have to.
Quarterback's got running backs on either side, 2 receivers on the near side, and he's going to have to keep it. Comes up, finds his way, darts through the defensive line. That's looks like Kreisinger lined up as the running back and gets the first down. Picks up 11. Actually, picks up 10 on that one.
Let's see. We're going to get the replay here because it looked like, yeah, he spun twice. And if he spun in the beginning of that run, that had been 3 times he spun during that. So Kreisinger might be a little bit dizzy.
Pirouette? What is that?
Pirouette.
There we go.
He might be a little dizzy still.
46-yard line of Deer Valley. They've got the ball. And it's on the ground. They got to cover it up. And low snap went off the shin, and he's able to cover it up. And keep possession of the ball, but it's going to be negative yardage for about 3 yards.
Oh, ouch. If you're Deer Valley, it's just a little bit of a stub, right? A stub of your toe, because each time they find some success, it seems like they're either getting a penalty or they're fumbling the ball like we just saw. That's tough. Marauders defense catching another break.
3.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Deer Valley's got 3 first downs, looking for their 4th. It is 2nd and 13. There is the snap. Quarterback LeBaron's going to throw to the near side. Archer catches it, and Mingus defends it. Leckington on him like glue, and it'll be another completion for no yardage out there. Mingus just not giving up those screens.
Yeah, and that's just another completion for no yardage. That's just music to a defensive back's coach ears right there. I mean, you can't ask for better coverage than that. As soon as they're catching the ball, they're not even getting anywhere, and DB's got them to the ground.
Might even be negative yardage. 3rd and 14. Might have lost one on that. Archer, high throw, went up, got it, caught it just fine. However, the problem was he had 1 blocker in front of him and 3 white shirts. So Leckington came in from the strong safety position, and actually, no, from his defensive back position. 2 receivers, short side of the field, offset eye. LeBaron takes the snap, and he will roll, looking to get the ball off, and he's got to throw that one away. Arenado was breathing down his neck, and he just got rid of the ball. That was a good idea from the young sophomore not to take the sack.
Yeah, LeBaron, all you young quarterbacks out there, that's exactly what you do when you're getting under pressure like that. Makai Anuado, one of the Marauders running backs, playing defense out there. And you can see the replay here. He just absolutely starts to get after him, and LeBaron does a smart thing and just throws it in the vicinity of one of his wide receivers, but so no Marauders can get to him.
Portillo coming out to punt. His last punt was like, 190 yards or something with the roll.
Seemed like it.
He is punting. The ball is at the 42-yard line. He is at his 33-yard line. Good snap. He'll get the ball off. High punt. Camacho's got a chance at it. He's going to let it bounce, and this time it takes a Mingus Marauder bounce and goes right into a defensive player, and Mingus will get the ball at the 33-yard line.
Still not a bad punt.
No.
Still not a bad punt. And if that would have taken another Skyhawk bounce, that would have been another great punt from the Skyhawks. But nonetheless, Marauders really feeling it.
Camacho not showing the desire to go and do a fair catch. I mean, he could have actually gotten to that to get a fair catch out of it, but chose not to. And if there is any hesitation, just yell fire, get away from it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness, the defensive end jumps over his defensive lineman to get into position. There's the handoff. Arenado skips through 1, gets tackled by another 2. He'll have a good gain of about 5. And out on the tackle, I think I saw a number 55 out there, which will be Cam Benton for the at-home Skyhawks.
Good hard running again by Mackay. I mean, that's bread and butter, essentially, for the Marauders. You really just want to find that running back, and that's Mackay for us, who's just going to fall forward for a couple yards.
There's the snap. Quarterback looks to throw. Now he's got to get around a would-be tackler, and now he's going to just run it, and he'll get what he can and go out of bounds, and hits one of the equipment managers out there. No, somebody, the person with the first down marker runs right into her, apologizes, and goes back to the huddle. So the ball will be at the 39-yard line, and Dirkelek will pick up a couple. So 3rd and 4 out there for the Mingus Marauders. Came up, looked to throw the ball, had somebody in his face, and that kind of threw the timing of the entire play off.
And be tested with a 3rd down here.
2 spread formation out here for the Mingus Marauders. Mingus looking to throw the ball. There's the snap. Dirkelek is going to just turn around and run it as he's trying to get the corner. He does. He's got the first down. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and they're blowing it dead.
He stopped running at the end of that, but it took quite a few seconds for the play to actually blow dead.
I'll be darned. I didn't see a flag out there. Did he step out of bounds? That's the question.
It looks like it. It looks like they're going to get the first down, but it looks like that far side caught him stepping out of bounds.
Well, how about that? Dirkelek does get the first down. Let's see, where does he step out of bounds? Right there at the, right at the 40. Well, they mark him at the 49-yard line. So he ends up gaining 8. So a decent pickup, and they move the chains. There's the snap. Second back. Nope, quarterback keeps it. Dirkelek near side, looking to throw. Puts it up. He's got Contreras. In and out of the hands from Contreras. Sometimes, young man, you are too wide open.
I just felt like I was on a roller coaster, Jackie. Now my heart just dropped. And you see the Marauders with their hands on their helmets out there. It's a really close touchdown, and Contreras wants that one back in a bad way.
Oh, certainly does. That's a great.
Yep.
That is a great competitive kid, by the way. What a sportsman, nonetheless. And out there had that one wide open behind the defense, and I mean he was into his touchdown dance before he caught the ball. All right, so 2nd and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 49. Mingus leading 21-0. 1:15 left to go in the first half. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Senna. Senna gets around the corner, follows his blocks, and has a good gain. Gets spun past the 40, but I think he's down before that, down to the 42-yard line. And that's going to give him a gain of 9. A timeout on the field. And with this timeout, 1:06 left to go, we're going to take a quick break with them. We'll be back. Mingus 2nd and 1 after this.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
2nd and 1 for the Mingus Marauders at the 42-yard line of Deer Valley. So Mingus taking an opportunity here to practice the 2-minute drill. 1:06 left on the clock. Mingus leading 21-0 and trying to do the 2-minute drill, which means that we might actually see Mingus do a little bit more passing out here. They set up with a normal wing formation, though. Quarterback under center. Dirkelek takes his time, takes the snap, and will roll out to the near side. Now he's got plenty of time. Puts the ball up for Contreras, and this time it was well covered, and it drops harmlessly to the ground. On the coverage is out there, number 21, Teddy Johnson.
Well, I'll tell you, Contreras wanted it back, and there was a second try right there. He was close, just kind of lost it. The ball was just it looked like a foot towards the middle of the goalpost, and Contreras just a little bit on the outside. And you can see the replay here. Love the time Dirklex had tonight, Jack. He's had all the time in the world. He's been taking off because he sees that first down, so he's going for it.
Well, Contreras turned outside and then turned inside and then turned outside, and the ball was inside. So wing formation once again, this time handoff up the middle. Arnaudo drives and should get the first down on the fourth down conversion attempt. I kind of missed that. 52 seconds, the clock will stop while they move the chains. Arnaudo picks up the first down, gets the ball inside the 40 to the 39, give him 3. Mingus moves the chains, 52 seconds left to go, and they'll start the clock after they set the, there it goes, the clock is running now, 48 seconds and running.
I see a little bit of hurry up here by Mingus.
Yep. Wing formation, 40 seconds left to go. Dirkelek looks to take the snap. Come on, he's taking his time. There's the snap, and he will fake the handoff. Comes to the near side, looks to throw. Will throw the ball up. He's got a would-be receiver, and it is tipped away and will be intercepted out there. Rodriguez, the intended receiver, it was tipped away before it got to Rodriguez, and then intercepted. I believe it was number 12 on the interception. Chris Wallace with the INT, and if we were at Washington High School, that's extra credit.
Yeah, the interceptions are going to get you to pass, and right there, nice job, young man, by the safety out there, just keeping his eyes on the ball. I mean, you do the tip drill in practice, and it's just a great job by the Skyhawks defense coming up with it. I don't know that we'll see any kind of a bomb downfield here, Jackie, with 28 seconds left to halftime, but you never know. Deer Valley doesn't have any points on the board.
Well, as good as a punt for the Mingus Marauders, although Mingus has been able to run the ball for big, gigantic clips, however, chose to work on the passing game out there. LeBaron takes the snap. Oh, loses the snap, and he's got to cover it up. And almost getting to it was Arnaudo as well as Davis. And that is going to be a loss, a big loss, as the ball goes inside the 10-yard line. And we've got a Skyhawk down on the field, and I wonder if that was LeBaron that got maybe dinged up trying to make sure that he didn't lose possession of that ball.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. He's definitely stepping in as their quarterback the last few possessions. And he's down. They're going to stretch him out a little bit, and only 13 seconds left. I don't think they're going to try anything else here. You don't want to see any kind of an injury, and we're only a few seconds away from halftime.
They're going to set the ball at the 12-yard line, I think. I think that's where the umpire is sitting, is at the, 12 or 13-yard line, which is going to be a loss of 6 yards out there.
And if I'm putting my coaching hat on, Jackie, I mean, you see what the Skyhawks just did on that last play with, 18 seconds left. The snap was bad. The Marauders had a chance to jump on that right at the goal line. So thank goodness we see that young man LeBaron getting up. That's excellent. Hopefully he just needs some Gatorade and he'll be back in.
Well, he'll have halftime to fill the lungs and learn how to breathe again. Because sometimes when you're laying on the ground, that's what it is. The lungs do not work. They're going to start running the clock, which I don't think Deer Valley's even going to come out to line up to take a snap.
Nope.
Mingus's defense is coming off the field, and there we go, 1 second, and there's halftime. Ladies and gentlemen, Mingus Marauders take a lead of 21-0 here at the first half. That is 6 quarters in a row without allowing a point to a competitor out here. Deer Valley 0, Mingus 21. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go through scoring and stats when we return for the halftime report, brought to you by Longfellow Excavating. We'll return after this.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Skyhawk Marching Band on the field here today at Deer Valley High School. Jackie Bessler, Nick Yatsinko along with us. And the Mingus Marauders, #1 in the Grand Canyon region, take a 21-0 lead over the Skyhawks from the Skyline Division. And how about the 3-1 Mingus Marauders coming into tonight's game, showing themselves on top of that Grand Canyon region once again.
Yeah, really trying to flex and stay on top of the Grand Canyon region. A win here tonight in Deer Valley, in Phoenix, against a big Phoenix school would be outstanding. And Marauders would definitely stay on top of the GCR, the Grand Canyon region. And boy, it's been too many seasons since we've been able to say that. And here we are on top. I know we didn't even start Grand Canyon region play yet, but it's right around the corner. And these are great tune-up games, and the Marauders have taken care of business when they need to.
Got to play who you're scheduled to play.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it is. Marcos Deniza is 5-0 coming into tonight's play. Arcadia is 3-2 in the Desert Sky division in the 4A East Sky. Oh, this Snowflake is 4-1, taking down Bradshaw last week, 19-3. Boston Butte is 3-1. ALA Gilbert North is 3-2, another competitor. The 4A West Valley Buckeye, who Prescott Valley played again. They are 4-1. Yuma Catholic is 4-0. I remember Yuma Catholic is a 2A school. Now they're a 4A school and undefeated in the 4A. Snowflake coming up from 3A hasn't missed a beat.
No, they've always been a top-tier team in 3A, and we've always had a tough time playing against them. And yeah, now look at them in 4A with a winning record, trying to get into the playoffs, and who knows, they may make a deep run. They look good this year.
St. Mary's on top of the Skyline Division from where Deer Valley is from. They are 2-2 on the year, and on top of the Skyline Division, Thunderbird, who plays the Bradshaw Bears here tonight, is 3-1. So that's 3 #1 teams in the division that have played Bradshaw. So, I mean, remember that. We're talking tough competition for the Bears. They're going up against Thunderbird here tonight. And then Independence. Independence is on top of the Copper Sky division because they have a win. They're 1-3. So Mingus has played Independence, who is 1-3. Maryvale, that is 0-4. Washington, that is 0-4. And Deer Valley here tonight, who is 0-5. Now, we also played Payson, who beat us 17-13, who is number 11 in 3A, and that is in the AIA rankings out there. Catalina Foothills is on top of the Gila division down in Tucson at 2-2. Canyon del Oro is 3-1 on top of the Keno division. Empire, by the way, is also 3-1. And then the Mingus Marauders 3-0 in 4A division play and 3-1 overall on top of the Grand Canyon region. Prescott also 3 3-1 on the year. Lee Williams is 1-1, 3-1 overall, but 1-1 against 4A teams. Flagstaff is 1-3. Coconino 2-2, although they've had some really decent competition as well. Bradshaw at the bottom of the Grand Canyon region at 1-3 and has played the worstest schedule, by the way. We're here at halftime. Longfellow Excavating, no job too big or too small. Longfellow Excavating does it all. That includes septic installation, drainage, grading, and much more. You can call Josh Longfellow, former Mingus Marauder, by the way, for a free quote, 928-300-3792, licensed, bonded, and insured. And here at the Longfellow Excavating halftime report, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to look at the scoring. Mingus leading Deer Valley 21-0 here at halftime. We'll return after this.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in Northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Returning here to Deer Valley High School, we've got the band on the field here performing to the home crowd, and the band at the beginning of the game did a great job with the national anthem. And before we get into this score, Mingus on top 21-0. A couple of other Northern Arizona teams doing quite well this season.
Yeah, Ben, Jackie, we're going to start with the Camp Verde Cowboys in 3A division. Camp Verde is looking so good this season, 6-0 so far. Tonight they play Glendale Prep Academy. Now Glendale's not the strongest. The Prep Academy High School they're 1-5 right now. So Camp Verde should take care of business, and boy oh boy do they look good in 3A. In the 1A division, Williams, our neighbors Williams, 7-0. In 1A. Now, they've had a fairly tough schedule, and tonight they play Muggion, who's 4-2, so they're a strong team, too. So it's a 1A division. Both Williams and Camp Verde looking great so far.
Camp Verde in the 2A division, by the way, the last 3 games of their season, this will be the last team that they play with a non-winning record, and then they get into 3 games with winning records going into potential playoffs, but being well respected by the AIA going into that play. Next Tuesday is when the AIA will put forth the actual PowerPoints for 4A, 5A, and 6A teams out there. Here in the first quarter, the Mingus Marauders score first with 5:53 left to go in the first quarter. A 5-yard run by Arenado, and the extra point was no good. Hernandez nailed the right upright, and it sat there and vibrated and bounced for most of the next drive, by the way. Also, first quarter action, 1:03 left to go. A 12-yard sweep by Dixon made the score 13-0 for the Mingus Marauders. And then the final score in the first half came in the second quarter with 4:40 left to go, a 5-yarder race to the corner. And, well, it was won by Bruland as he gets the point. And then they went for the 2-point conversion, and Bruland got it again. So he scores all 8 points, and here we are at halftime, 21-0 for the Mingus Marauders. Taking a look at the offense here for the at-home Deer Valley Skyhawks. LeBaron, hopefully he can play the second half. Last play of the first half, he took a little time on the turf, and it took a little while for him to get up. He is 2 for 4, but -1 yards. He has completed 2 screen attempts, but Mingus has played them well for 0 yardage and -1 yardage. On the ground, they are 17 carries for 28 yards. Kreisiger ends up with 9 rushes for 7 yards, but unfortunately, he was also playing quarterback a little bit and got sacked twice, and so that plays a role into his negative yardage. Aguilar is their best rusher so far. He's got 5 carries and 25 yards. That's respectable out there. And on the Mingus Marauder side, well, we haven't been good in the air so far. Durkalek is 0 for 3 with an interception as he threw the ball downfield, and it was tipped away. Good tip drill by the Deer Valley squad. But on the ground, the Mingus Marauders have 239 yards of offense on just 25 carries. That's better than 10 yards a carry out there for Mingus. Durkalek has got 4 carries for 32 yards. Arnado has got 11 carries for 86 yards. Bruland, here in the first half, has 7 carries for 91 yards. Each of them have a touchdown on the ground, as does Nate Dixon, who has a 12-yard run for the Mingus Marauders and a touchdown. So Mingus has been doing it on the ground, and I know that Deer Valley wants to do it in the air, but hasn't been able to get it in the air as they had to go with the sophomore quarterback here, the injury to their starting quarterback, Dylan English.
Yeah, and props to them trying to go through the air with the backup quarterback in, right? We've seen a little bit of they've ran a little bit of Wildcat against the Marauders, trying to make something happen, but yeah, right now it's just all Marauders. I mean, the Marauders have executed so well that first half, not having to punt the ball. Can't ask for anything more than that as an offensive coordinator. Marauders able to drive downfield, like you said, averaging over 10 yards a play. I mean, these guys are doing outstanding in that aspect. My favorite part of the first half was Jahir Hernandez upset that he couldn't block somebody when Durkalek scrambled out to pass. And you can almost argue that all 3 of Durkalek's pass attempts could have gone for touchdowns. I mean, really. I mean, Contreras wishes he had one back and kind of hit him. The next one was almost caught, tip drill and interception. And the other one, Contreras just couldn't find it. And like you said, he turned 2 different ways and it went the other way. It tricked him. So, yeah, all 3 attempts could have been TDs for the Marauders. So I'd like to see them kind of put the ball up in the air a little bit more, try to execute on one of those plays. They've gotten really close.
Well, the wind is whipping across the field out here. In fact, we have open windows behind us in the visiting press box and open windows in front of us. So when you hear that whoosh, that's literally the wind coming right by us out here today. We're going to take a break. When we return, the Longfellow Excavating halftime report will continue. We'll go through second half keys and expectations when we come back to Deer Valley High School after this.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, the Mingus Marauders leading the Skyhawks by a score of 21-0 here at halftime. Arnotto and Jones both sitting on the bench and not warming up here. And Glassman is helping them out. Jones has got the ice on the top of the head and the back of the neck. And Arnotto, well, we'll see what he's doing here. But they did not do the warm-ups with the rest of the team. Speaking of which, quarterback LeBaron coming out very late from the locker room, and Kreisinger looks like he is warming up to play quarterback. So I wonder if LeBaron is not going to be able to continue here in the second half.
Yeah, I hate to see it, and you're right. He came out with a little bit of a limp, maybe coming across the field. Not to speculate too much. Hopefully he's going to be okay, but yeah, we may see someone else in there for Deer Valley playing quarterback, and yeah, hopefully Jones and Makai are okay.
So keys for the second half as we close out our Longfellow Excavating halftime report. Remember, former Marauder Josh Longfellow owns Longfellow Excavating, family owned and operated with decades of experience, licensed, bonded, and insured. No job too big or too small. You want to call Josh at 928-300-3792.
Yeah, and boy, Jackie, this Deer Valley, we talked a little bit in the break here about how young they are, right? And how someone else may have to step in for LeBaron if he can't go the second half for the Skyhawks. And looking at their roster, this is just, it's got to be promising if you're a Skyhawk fan. So 11 seniors on the roster. Not all of them are starting. 11 seniors on the roster, 20 juniors, and 20 sophomores. And that is a lot of football players that are out here getting their reps. So the future looks great for Deer Valley. These guys have got to continue to stay healthy and get the reps. Like I said, hopefully LeBaron comes back in and he's okay. Or worst case scenario, let's just take a week off.
Kreisinger's out there warming up with Dylan English, who is the starting quarterback who is unable to play. He's got that bandage on the right leg out there. And I've got to imagine that Kreisinger is going to be the one coming out here for the Deer Valley Skyhawks. And we're going to see if Mingus has been dinged up here in the first half, whether we've got any people out. A little extra stretching out there by Latham. So tell me, second half, what do the Skyhawks have to do to get back in this game? They've got to kick off to the Mingus Marauders to start this second half.
Yeah, and boy, when they get the ball offensively, the Skyhawks, I'd like to see maybe a little bit of trickery out of them, right? You got to do anything you can to get some more first downs and try to get points on the board. They really found no success, and when they did, Jackie, they got a penalty, a flag, or a sack, or what did we see? We saw a fumble. They recovered it, but nonetheless, it was a bad snap. So each time they've had some positive yardage, it seems to have come back. For the Marauders, I'd like to see them put the ball up in the air a little bit more. I know it's a little bit windy right now. The wind's picking up. Nonetheless, you got to test yourself through the air. You're not going to be able to just rely on that run game when you're getting into region play and playoff play. You're going to need both sides.
How important is it to show Prescott Valley something different different here as well. There is the kick, a bouncing kick picked up by Bruland on the far side. Bruland's going to cut to the near side and get tackled by number 21 right at about the 30-yard line. And that is going to be a deep starting place as Teddy Johnson makes the special teams tackle out there on Bruland. So Mingus has got to start at their own 30.
And I'll tell you, the big highlight for the Skyhawks has been special teams. Kick coverage has been great, and the punts have been even better than that. So these guys got to continue up special teams. And you know the Marauders are winning defensively, winning offensively. We'd like to win in that category too. And Marauders have another chance to put some more points on the board here.
Wing formation, one receiver to the near side, way out to the near side. Man in motion is Machado. There's the snap. Arnado takes the ball up and out the other direction. Actually, did they give it to Bruland? Oh, and an extra push right at the end. And there comes the flag. Bruland ends up on his back out there as he tricked me as he gained 4 yards and then got pushed down to the ground after he had gotten up. So he gets up. And there's the other additional push out there by number 51. That's going to be Dylan Buss.
Yeah, just showing some frustration, and you like to see the coaching staff take care of it, and you can see they were not the happiest there. Pulled him out for a play. You can't lose your composure out here. And, in his defense, and not to justify that, Jackie, but Bruland did look like he wanted to keep running. And then Dylan obviously didn't like that for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, well, when the ref blows the whistle, he knows when he blows the whistle. And whether or not you heard it or did not, it doesn't really matter according to them. But second unsportsmanlike penalty here for Deer Valley. They've got 4 penalties for 40 yards, and I'm not going to tell you how many penalties Mingus has because I don't want to jinx it. Ball's at the 49-yard line after the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty and the 4-yard run. Quarterback Durkalek takes the snap, and it's going to be Bruland. Bruland gets around the corner, bounces to the outside, and will get up toward the 45-yard line, inside the 40-yard line, and 45-yard line, and mark him at the 43. So a gain of 8 for Bruland.
Now, I'm not sure which one of the coaches are in charge of the running backs at practice, but they're doing such a good job of having these guys not stop moving their feet.
He's shifty.
Yeah, and then look at him on the sidelines. If you got to see the replay there on Verde Valley television, Bruland does not stop moving his feet. He's even getting tackled moving his feet.
11:06 left to go in quarter number 3. Mingus on top, 21-0. They've got the ball and the lead at the 43-yard line. 2nd and 2. There is the snap. Bruland's going to get the call again. He cuts it up underneath his blockers, runs over one of his blockers, and will pick up the first down as he will gain another 5 yards. And he is at 108 yards here on this game so far with... let's see, he's got 10 carries, so he's averaging 10.8 yards per carry, and we've got a Skyhawk down on the field, and the teams will kind of huddle separately. Number 76 tries to sit up on his own out there, and that's going to be Aiden Fletcher, a defensive lineman, 5'11", listed at 200 pounds, and he will get a little medical attention out there, and Mingus will get the ball with moving the chains. They'll get 1st and 10 from the Skyhawks 37-yard line. And Fletcher gets up on his own power, which is a great sign. When they sit up on their own, that usually gives a pretty good indication that they're going to be able to walk off the field.
Yeah, and great to see him walking off. He doesn't need any assistance, so maybe just got the wind knocked out of him.
Mingus will come back to the line. If they hurry up and snap the ball, there's nobody there defensively.
Yeah, the refs blew the whistle real quick. Right. Like, all right, let's go. And Marauders, taking their time offensively. I mean, no need to rush now. Just kill that clock out, and your offense has been able to drive. So
Jones didn't do warm-ups, but he's out there as a receiver. We've got Contreras on the near side. So 2 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield, plus a wing. There is the snap, and they're going to give it to Bruland. Bruland bounces to the outside, inside the 30, and will get tackled from behind and move forward. And that's going to be another nice gain for the young man. And now that's better sportsmanship. Archer Archer gets up and pats him on the helmet after a good run. And that is going to be a great carry for 9 yards.
And you got to respect a running back like Poulin. I know I just talked about he doesn't stop moving his feet. And on that play again, he's just trying to get defenders off him any way he can. He just spins, shakes, shifts really, really well. He does such a good job. And yeah, the Skyhawks got to be sick of seeing him run that ball.
I'm going to give away my age if I said that he's getting jiggy.
Getting jiggy.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's bring it back.
All right. Contreras, the only receiver to the top side, wing, offset wing to the near side, and quarterback's going to give it back to the opposite direction. It's going to be a reversal going to Contreras. Oh my gosh, Machado gets absolutely buried by Bus, who comes in and just cleans his clock, and that is going to be a loss for the Mingus Marauders. Little trickery there, and Bus was not fooled whatsoever. Choate just could not get out there quick enough to make that block.
Oh boy, Nick Choate is going to have to take him out for some kind of dinner after being hit like that. And Nick Choate initially had the block on him. He might have cut that up inside, tried to hit to the outside, and Bus just being a bus out there. That was a huge hit.
One receiver to the near side. 2nd and 12 now from the 34-yard line. There is the snap, and first back through is Arnaudo. Arnaudo weaves his way through and then bowls his way forward. The pile continues to go forward, and how about that? Brulin's pushing from behind. No, that's Jones pushing from behind. That should be enough for a first down here, and it is. It'll get down to the 15-yard line. How about that? They needed 12. They got 12.
And not like ending the play with a scrum, just to move up and get the first down.
That's Arnaudo's first carry here in the second half. So now he's got 12 carries and 98 yards. Mingus about to have 2 rushers over 100 yards in this game. There is the snap. It's going to be a quick pitch out to Senna. Senna cuts it back inside, and we'll get some, not much, maybe 3, and he'll be outside the 10-yard line to the 11 or 12.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I really love to see the Marauders spread the ball out like that. Senna's shown himself as a capable running back and wide receiver out there for the Marauders quite a few times this season already. And when you're a defense and you're an opposing team, it is really tough to watch film and to key in on 7 different players who are getting the ball. So way to go, Coach Montebias and the Marauders, spreading the love out offensively.
Contreras will go to the short side of the field, which is the far side of the field. Arnaudo and Senna in the backfield, and there is the snap. It's going to be a quick pitch to the near side, and that is going to go to Senna once again. He's going to really get nothing. He'll be back down to the original line of scrimmage, or to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and maybe 6, 3rd and 7 out there from the 12-yard line.
Yeah, we saw that pitch earlier in the game, opposite side of the field, work really, really well for the Marauders, and that time the Skyhawks key in on it and did not let Senna go anywhere.
Fool me once, right?
Right.
Fool me twice. So Contreras comes to the near side. Wing formation once again. Machado on the wing on the far side. Derkelek looks to take the snap. There's the snap, and they're going to hand it off. Arnaudo gets hit immediately, tries to get around the center with the block, and I don't think he got the hold that he was looking for. No gain on it. So Mingus is now 4th and about 6 or maybe 7 from the 12-yard line. The ball is exactly in the middle of the field. Do you go for the field goal, or do you go for... it looks like Mingus is going to line up to go for the field goal.
I like to see it. I like to see it. You never know when you may need this in region play and in playoffs.
So the ball is sitting at the 12-yard line. This is going to be a 22-yard field goal attempt. The hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is off. No good. It's pushed to the right. He was aiming for that right pole once again. And so how about that? The Skyhawks get a stop on the first defensive possession here in the second half, and they will get the ball on a turnover. And how about that?
Love to see it. I love to see it. That's Jair Hernandez out there kicking it, and does a great job. Like I said earlier, just nailed the upright. Good kick, nailed the upright. It was wobbling, and that kick just went wide. It looked good from our angle, and obviously it wasn't, just outside. And yeah, Jackie, I mean, you may need to pull out the field goal unit. You're in a really close dogfight of a game in Grand Canyon region play or the playoffs coming up. So really like to see the coaching staff call their numbers on the field goal unit, even though it didn't work out.
So here come the Skyhawks, and they will take the snap and hand it off to Aguilar. Aguilar will cut to the left behind the guard and pick up decent yardage, give him probably 4.
It's like big Nick Choate coming up a little bit slow. Hopefully he didn't catch an ankle twist or anything in there, and he's staying in the game. He's being resilient, so hopefully the big man's okay.
2nd and 7 officially. Aguilar picks up 3. The ball at the 23-yard line. Of course, they set the ball at the 20-yard line. So they got 8 yards of yardage just because the ball went out of the back of the end zone. How about that? 2 backs in the backfield surrounding the quarterback. Kreisinger out there at the quarterback. Ooh. Tough snap, takes it, hands it off, near side. Mingus shuts it down, but he leans forward for some positive yards and gets out to the 25. So a gain of 2 out there.
Yeah, and as the wind picks up, I'm not surprised to see Deer Valley running the ball a little bit more.
And they keep the clock rolling once again. 5:30 left to go here in quarter number 3. Mingus leading 21-0. First possession of the second half is the only time Deer Valley able to stop Mingus's offense. A 29-yard field goal officially. No good by Hernandez, pulled to the right-hand side. Mingus has 3 rushing touchdowns so far. None by Dirkelect, by the way. 1 receiver to the far side, 2 receivers bunched here, 2 backs in the backfield, and Deer Valley looks a little bit out of sorts, and they're going to have to call a timeout. And with that timeout, we're going to take a break as they're just dealing with different personnel in different places, and they got to talk about it and figure it out. We'll return to Deer Valley after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
3rd and 5. Deer Valley has got themselves set. Maybe the play in order. Same formation. There's the snap. Bumbled snap. And the quarterback, Kreisinger, is going to try to run it up the middle and gets maybe a yard or so out to the 26. Now they're going to step back closer to the 25. And it's going to bring up 4th and 4 from their own, say, 26-yard line.
Yeah, I love to see it. And you see Machado come up, pat big Nick Choate right on the back there. Says, hey, thanks for making the play, big guy. I didn't have to do anything on that play.
Punter back, that's Gabe Portillo. Portillo had a 50-some-odd yard punt with a phenomenal roll a little bit earlier on. And Camacho sitting right at the 50-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 26th. There's the snap, good snap. Punt is up, it's gonna be a line drive. Camacho gets this one at the 45-yard line, goes off to the right-hand side. He's got blockers, he's at the 30. He is inside the 35, down to about the 30. And a good return for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, that one's gonna be called back, Jackie. They're gonna get Ethan Jones on possibly a block in the back. You're gonna get to see the replay here. It was just a little bit late. Great return here. And you're going to see kind of near the back, Ethan Jones just kind of lights somebody up, and you just kind of let him go at that point. Ethan Jones, I like you going for the hit and a good block, but boy, 7 out of 10 times they're going to call that one.
Well, they're going to do the blindside block rule is what they're going to do with that, and that was more of a shoulder nudge kind of a thing, but you really should have your head on a swivel to know that that one's coming.
Right, good hit, and like I said, in college football, they may get away with that one. High school football, 7, 8 out of 10 times, they're going to call that one. And Ethan, you just got to let off the gas a tiny bit there. Great athlete making good plays.
Well, they definitely get away with that in the NFL.
Yep.
That is not a blindside block in the NFL. Quarterback in shotgun now is Dirkelek, and they're going to blow the whistle and stop this one with motion against the Mingus Marauder, illegal procedure. And Mingus, who had 0.
I know.
0.
I know. I knew it was coming. Now 2 plays in a row.
2 plays in a row. 4:09 left to go in quarter number 3. And Mingus picks up its first and second penalties and flags during the game. Now they got 20 yards of penalties and on 2 flags. So that makes the line of scrimmage the 37-yard line, the Mingus Marauder 37-yard line, leading 21-0. 4:09 left to go, quarter number 3. Still back in a shotgun is Dirkelek, who takes the snap. He's going to run, following blockers on the near-hand side. Cuts it inside, spins, makes a move, and gets back the 5 from the penalty, and maybe another 1.
And what a great run by Dirkelek. You don't like seeing him get hit like that at the end of the play. It's your quarterback, but he took a big hit there at the end of the run, and nonetheless gets a lot of yardage back. You can see here, McKay does a great job pulling right in front of Dirkelek, laying a big block, and Dirkelek able to make a good play out of it.
2nd and 9. Mingus goes to a spread formation. 2 receivers either side. Still has a back in the backfield. 3 defensive linemen out there for Deer Valley. And Dirkelek is going to run. He'll cut it in once again, and he'll make forward progress as they'll blow that one short at the 48-yard line.
Let the scrum begin at the end of that one, huh?
5 more yards here by Dirkelek, who just put his head down and cut the ball back up. So he's got 11 yards and 2 carries, but it still brings up a 3rd and 4, 3rd and manageable. Now we'll see if Mingus decides to try to incorporate the screen game. See if that's something that's in the playbook for the Mingus Marauders. You got Contreras on the near side, and the defensive back is 6 yards off from him. Machado's in motion, and they're going to hand it up to Arnado. Arnado keeps the legs going, pulls like a husky pulling a sled, and gets 5 yards in the first down.
Yeah, what a great run, and we're right at the box now. I got a great view on that run, Jackie, and McKay's just getting pulled back, and here's your replay here. This is basically our point of view, and what a great run by McKay. Just keep those legs moving, getting the first down. And Marauder offensive line loving the rewards that their good blocking is getting them.
Moves the sticks. The Mingus Marauders inside Deer Valley territory at the 46-yard line. Dixon in motion, and he will get the ball on the sweep. Comes around. Oh, and he is tackled hard by number 36. And Dixon gets up very quickly. Whew, my goodness gracious. That was a violent tackle out there by Anthony Rosas.
Yeah, huge hit. I could have, I'm not sure if he got the face mask or not, but Dixon whipped around really hard.
I was thinking more horse collar.
Yeah, either, well, that's obviously the refs didn't see that, but it was a hard hit nonetheless.
It was, but most importantly, Dixon jumped right back up with no problems and no arguments. Brulin on the sweep, has open territory. He's got the first down, tries to cut it back inside the 30 and gets knocked out of bounds. And if they mark it at the 30, that's going to be another 12 yards for Brulin on the run.
And that Marauder offense continuing to do just a good job driving down the field, and these running plays are just going to help. There's only 1:25 left in the third quarter.
And at that point, Mingus with 2 running backs over 100 yards. Brulin with 129 yards on 12 carries, keeping his better than 10 yards per carry average going. And Arnado, 14 carries, 103 yards. Contreras comes all the way out to the numbers. Ball on the hash mark on the far side. Mingus in there white with the pink socks for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Arnado gets the run, gets hit, gets out of it, and then stumbles forward to the 26-yard line, maybe the 25. We'll see where they're going to spot him. They spot him at the 25. That's going to be a gain of 5.
Well, with averages like McKay and Brulin are getting tonight, our Marauders running backs, they really owe the offensive line a couple favors in the week to come.
When you're getting 7.2 yards per carry running up the middle inside the tackles, that's pretty amazing. Mingus will take the short side of the field. Jones, the tight end, comes to the near side now with the wing. Nobody in motion. There's the snap. Brulin gets the carry. He will cut it inside. Following his blocks, doesn't get much, maybe 1 or 2. That'll bring a third down at the 22-yard line, just outside of the red zone. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So Mingus maintains a 21-0 lead over Deer Valley here through quarter number 3, the 4:48 coming up when we return to the home of the Skyhawks after this. And we are still here at Deer Valley High School. I thought we had gone to break for the end of the third quarter, but we are still here. And so I apologize for that. The teams are going to switch sides as the Mingus Marauder cheerleaders are entertaining here the visiting crowd at Deer Valley High School. 51st Avenue and a Union. And the Mingus Marauders on top 21-0 here as quarter number 4 is coming into play. They're going to switch sides, and Mingus will have a 3rd and short, maybe a 3rd and 2. And we're going to see if they're going to put the ball down at the 21 or the 22-yard line.
Yeah, just one of the Marauders' upcoming opponents, Jackie. Just a scoring update here. Apache Junction is at Lee Williams tonight. And in Kingman, AJ's got the lead 16-6. So that's a fairly close game there. Lee Williams putting up a fight against the Prospectors.
Prospectors not a bad team, by the way. Want to remind everybody, since October is Breast Cancer Awareness, our friends at Reese's Tire is doing their annual Breaks for Breasts. Go online at reesestire.com and get all the information for Breaks for Breasts and the discounts on brakes for the month of October. Mingus lines up 3rd and 1, maybe 1.5. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Arenado off left tackle. Bulls his way, drives his way in for a first down. Now, when they say the market is bullish, that's a bad thing. When I say Arenado is bullish, that's a good thing.
Yeah, amen. He's been like that all night long. And he's going to take at least 3 or 4 Skyhawks down with him with the tackle.
I'm thinking we give him the nickname of Siberian Husky, because he likes to pull that sled.
Yeah, he does. That's a great nickname, Jackie. He's been doing it all night, all season long, really. There's been quite a few games he hasn't hit that 100-yard mark, but he just makes it so hard to tackle him.
Mingus goes into a spread formation. The ball at the 69-yard line. There it goes. There it is. Out to Contreras. The screen goes for the touchdown. I was talking about the screen earlier, and Contreras finally gets his touchdown. And that is exactly what we wanted to see, as Durkalek has been trying to throw the ball downfield 40, 50, 90, 122 yards. This time he just throws it across the field, and Contreras gets a block and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, you think Durkalek and Contreras say, you know what, that's much easier. Let's just throw it to each other really close, and then you can make an athletic play.
Well, the most important thing is to also throw it fast, so that you get the ball out there quick enough that you can set a block and get somewhere. He had to get away from a tackle nonetheless. Ball is set, kick is up, kick looks good, and it is good. So Hernandez dots the I. Mingus takes a lead of 28-0 with 11:07 left to go in quarter number 4. Camacho will be kicking off for the Mingus Marauders when we return to Deer Valley after this.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, home of the Skyhawks, the Mingus Marauders pitching a shutout now for 7 quarters. And Camacho's going to put this one on the ground, and he's going to get it out of bounds. And then here comes the pink flag. That one's going to set the ball at the 35-yard line. Now, I haven't been counting those as penalty yards. However, at the same time, that would ordinarily be kind of a penalty yard situation because you're going to give the ball up at the 35-yard line.
You know, it may not look like I've done a lot of up downs, but I felt like back in my day they counted them towards us. So, dang it, no, that's a nice job by the squib kick. Just goes out of bounds. I mean, really, that bounced at like the 15, 20. So, if you're squibbing the ball, not a bad try. Just went out of bounds on that one.
So I'm the one that keeps the penalty yards and did so when you were playing. So you're making me responsible for all your up downs.
I don't even want to think about that.
Man in motion is Aguilar. Aguilar will get the ball, and Lathan gets him behind the line of scrimmage, slows him up, and gets a little help from his friends. They finally do take him down, but it is still going to be a loss of about 4 yards out there.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to Aguilar on the run. Takes it to the outside. And I think Isaiah Latham, who doesn't typically let go of running backs, he's able to break his grip. And then the rest of the Marauders are there to help out and bring him down.
Well, sometimes the most important thing is just to slow them down.
Yep, great point.
You take a cut angle away, you slow them down, so now you give that extra step of pursuit for, well, basically what should be an all-encompassing gang tackle defense.
A swarm.
A swarm indeed. Second and it looks like 15 out there, a loss of 5. Kreisinger takes the snap. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Aguilar winds his way for 1, and it'll be a 3rd down and 14 out there for Deer Valley.
Yeah, another 3rd and long situation. Skyhawks don't want to be in. Marauders licking their chops, and you know Contreras is out there. He wants to see the ball up in the air again. You see the replay there, and Aguilar just nowhere to go. I mean, absolutely nowhere to go. A defensive lineman doing absolutely outstanding for the Marauders. You see Cam Davis, you got Jahir Hernandez, Isaiah Latham. These guys are just being monsters on the inside.
Well, I want to give kudos to Deer Valley. I mean, they've given up 28 points here, and offensively they've struggled, but they're also trying people in positions that haven't been in these positions all season long. There's the snap. Kreisinger will hand it off, and it is going to be a run up the middle, and then he turns his back, and that's going to be Brooklyn Watts with the carry. It goes back toward the original line of scrimmage. Give him 3, but it's going to bring up a 4th and 11 now.
Yeah, kind of to your point before, Jackie, you're right. You got to give accolades where they're due, and Marauders right now averaging 39 points per game. So that's just a great job offensively, and the Skyhawks holding the Marauders under that tonight so far, I should say, so far.
Portillo back for a punt again. Camacho at his own 42-yard line. High snap brought down. Punt goes off to the near side. It takes a Mingus Marauder bounce and then gets covered up at the 46-yard line. So Mingus will have a short field, first short field, as they'll start on the Skyhawks side of the field out here for the first time. Skyhawks wearing the different colors of blue out there, the light blue, mostly the dark blue with the white numbers, the Mingus Marauders with their road white and the red numbers, and the pink socks for October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Camacho comes out to join the huddle, and that's because Dirkelek is on the sideline. So Camacho is going to take over at the quarterback duties with 8:38 left to go in this one. Camacho took quite a few snaps during the break. By the way, there's the snap, and he's going to hand it off. Arnado winds his way forward, tries to follow Bowers, and gets caught up behind Bowers. He'll gain about 4, making it 2nd and 6 from the 42.
Yeah, really nice job there. Cam Benton on the tackle for the Skyhawks, and Cam does a great job of just getting low, wrapping Mackay right around the waist and doing a squat. and not letting them go anywhere.
So that's what they're for.
Right. When you can get down that low.
Oh, yeah. Well, once upon a time, landed a long time ago. Wing formation, whistles being blown, and a timeout is called out on the field, and it's going to be a timeout for Deer Valley. We're going to take a break here from Deer Valley High School. We'll return, and the Mingus Marauders leading 28-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
I want to thank All Price Insurance, one of our fine sponsors for Mingus Marauder Football 2022. Mingus will take over, or go on with second down, 2nd and 6 from the 42-yard line. Already leading 28-0, 7:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Camacho takes over the offense for the Mingus Marauders. There's the handoff. Brulin, he's got a lead blocker. He's got a swarm of lead blockers out there. Follows him all the way for the first down out to the 33-yard line. So needed 6, got 9. And, man, it looked like he was just following. It looked like I-17 except for all white cars is what it looked like.
Yeah, and funny enough is he ended up getting tackled. And that's number 66 of the Skyhawks, Jaron Schwander, who just barely held on to his jersey, because you're right, it was all white jerseys around him, and Jaron just kind of had his arm in there and brought him down.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line of the Deer Valley. Mingus with the lead and the ball. 2 backs in the backfield. Motion all over the place. And now we get all the pointing going on. And I believe that the line judge on the far side is going to call this one against Deer Valley. So Contreras.
Wow. Contreras
trying his hand at attorney out there and debates with the court and the judge.
Yeah, you see the head hump over the head linesman over there making sure. Oh, and now they're going to call it on Mingus.
Oh, Contreras almost got it.
Yeah.
Got it switched. Yeah. So he was actually a defense attorney.
Yeah, give credit where it's due. Contreras, nice job influencing the refs on that. Although the head linesman caught it and said, no, no, no.
So second. It should be 1st and 15, not 2nd and 15. But we shall see. And there's the snap. It's going to hand off. It's going to come to the near side. Senna following his blocks. Ooh, it gets wrapped up by number 21. Made Senna change directions. He gets to the 30. So he will pick up the 5 they lost and then 3 more. So give him 8 on the carry.
Yeah, that's number 21, Teddy Johnson. Junior, another junior. And tell you what, I know I brought this up earlier, Jackie, but the Skyhawks with 20 juniors on the roster and 20 sophomores. So very, very young squad.
So they say 3rd down from the 30-yard line. I think it's 2nd, but they do say 3rd down. There is the snap, and Camacho's going to keep it. He throws the ball downfield, and it's got it to Contreras, who sticks the ball inside of the cone for the touchdown. That is absolutely awesome. So now Contreras has 1 interception and 1 touchdown throw. This one 33 yards. Or pardon me, 30 yards for the touchdown. How about that?
Oh, incredible. Nice job by the Marauders offensively, opening it up. And we talked about it during the halftime show a little bit. Even though the wind was starting to pick up, you'd like to see the Marauders try to put the ball in the air, because coming up on Grand Canyon Region play and playoffs, you're going to need a balanced run and pass offense. Nice job by the Marauders there.
Contreras, his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. And there is the extra point attempt. The snap is good. The hold is good. And likewise, the kick is good. 6:22 left to go. Mingus now leads by a score of 35 to nothing here with 6:22 left to go in the game. We'll return after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Well, Camacho throws a touchdown pass and then comes out to kick off. Scoreboard says 34 to nothing. It looked like the extra point was good. Yes, the extra point was good.
Yeah,
so it should be 35 to nothing. Short kick comes down to the 25-yard line. Aguilera will take it and get up to the 39-yard line. And some aggressive blocking up front. Number 30 and 11 going at it. And that was Soto for the squad, the home squad from Deer Valley. However, nonetheless, it's going to be a good field position as they're going to take over at the 38 or 39-yard line.
Yeah, and boy, Deer Valley really scrambling to kind of get any sort of offense going tonight. The Marauders look so good offensively all night long, and I mean, I got to say the same about the defense. The defense has held the Skyhawks to minimal yardage. We'll go over in the post-game show, and boy, it's just a lot of Marauder highlights tonight.
Kettle's High Desert Mechanical post-game show coming up at the end of this one. Mingus leading 35 to nothing, even though the scoreboard says 34 to nothing. Two backs in the backfield, tight formation, and Kreisinger throws and tries to get the screen pass covered very well by Camacho. My gosh, he has got the closing speed of a missile.
Yeah, he really does. I was thinking you were going to say cheetah there, but missile, cheetah, same exact thing. He's right there.
I was talking to Coach Montsabias about that, and that's one of his strengths is, you know, his ability to read and then close, which means that you can make a lot of mistakes and make up for it. Yeah. So somebody that makes it so somebody looks open and all of a sudden they're not.
Yeah, football knowledge goes a long way, and that young man definitely has a lot of it.
6:12 left to go. Deer Valley looking for their first win, and in this one looking for their first score, trying to avoid the shutout. Lots of movements, and out come the flags, and that should be, we're going to see if the timeout was called. So a timeout was called by Deer Valley. That's going to be their second. We're going to take a break with them. Deer Valley only one more timeout left to go. 6:12 left to go. Mingus leading 35-0. We're back after this.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your...
Back here we go. The snap is made. Handoff, sweep to the right-hand side, and winding his way for a first down. And 11 yards out there is a new ball carrier, and that's going to be Elijah Everett. Elijah Everett, I expected to see more of him in this game. That's his first carry.
Yeah, and a great carry it was. The Skyhawks maybe kept him bottled up. Should have let him take a handoff earlier in the game, and we'll see. Marauders definitely got a few of the depth chart players coming in to relieve some of our starters.
Ball sitting right at the 50-yard line. Hey, don't forget, Harvest to Feed the Hungry is coming up on the 12th at a Fry's near you from noon to 6. And all donations staying in the community where collected. So join us on the 12th for Harvest to Feed the Hungry. Everett weaves his way once again, picks up decent yardage, and then gets pushed back, but not until he gets a gain of 6 more out there. Clock continuing to roll at about 5:30 left to go. Once again, Harvest to Feed the Hungry coming up on Wednesday the 12th, and that will be from noon to 6 at a Fry's near you, Flagstaff, Cottonwood, Prescott Valley, and Prescott.
Boy, and just a score update here in our own division. Bradshaw Mountain taking on Thunderbird tonight. And Bradshaw in the second quarter is up 10-0.
Ooh, a close one. Thunderbird also a 3-1 team. Great competition. There's the snap, low snap. Kreisinger has no other option but just to fall on it and eat it.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. We talked about this during the halftime show, Jackie. These guys just kind of keep stepping on their own toes as soon as they make a good play. And smart play by Kreisinger just to fall on it.
Yeah, can't give up possession. 3rd down now, but 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, I would say, out there. Talking about Bradshaw, they've had phenomenal competition, and that's who Mingus will start off with in Grand Canyon Region, playing next Friday night at home. Under 4.5 minutes left to go in this one. Mingus leading 35-0. 2 backs in the backfield with Kreisinger, who takes the snap. Low snap once again. He picks it up, looks to run, has to try to get around the corner. Stiff arms a man and then gets caught by the line of scrimmage out there. And it's going to be, looks like Arnado finally runs him down for the tackle and no gain.
Yeah, what a great tackle by Arnuato. All you young defensive backs out there, you got to make a tackle just like Arnuato did. Tried to wrap him up high, and he was getting stiff-armed. You're going to see the replay here, and Mackay does a great job of just taking his hands down and wrapping him right up into him to the legs, not letting him get anywhere. It's a great tackle.
Approaching 3.5 minutes left to go in this one. Deer Valley in Mingus territory at the 48-yard line, 4th and 8, and they're showing like they're going to go for it out here. The punt team is not out. They hurry to the line as they took a lot of bit of time. Kreisinger's looking to throw, throws the ball, has a man up underneath. Number 15 with the catch and still trying to weave his way forward. He's at the 40, maybe the 41-yard line, but that is not going to be enough. Needed 8 yards and got 6. It's going to be another turnover on downs for the Mingus Marauders.
Wow, what a great job by the Marauders defense. And just a big sigh on the side of the skyline. The Skyhawks over there, Jackie, just a yard shy of getting the first down. The Skyhawks go for it on 4th and come up just short. And boy, it's kind of been the theme for Deer Valley all night long. Marauders have just continued to find success, and there's no secret. We are not going to see any hurry up here. Marauders just going to take their sweet time in the huddle, make sure they all execute. Most likely going to be a rushing play just to keep that clock going.
Ramirez on the reception. However, it's a turnover for downs. Mingus has the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. There's the snap, and it's down on the ground. Dirkele picks it up, comes to the near side and runs out of bounds. Don't take a hit, young man. Not at this point in the game. And he will get out of bounds after a gain of maybe 2 or 3. Depends on where they're going to mark it. Where are they going to mark it? That's the good question. They're going to put it at the 43-yard line, give him 2. So couldn't handle the snap, picked it up, and then just started to run with it. So at least he got his mitts on it.
Yep, just a miscue with the snap, and I wouldn't be shocked if it's because we do like to bounce from shotgun to under center. And that time, Dirkele, like you said, does a great job of not taking a hit, just getting out of bounds.
Camacho steps back in for the Mingus Marauders, so now they're rotating quarterbacks. How about that? There is the snap, hands it off to Arenado. Arenado takes a weird snap, tries to get around the corner, and he does, and he's still on his feet, inside the 40, and finally down at about the 38-yard line. How about that?
And more importantly, inbounds. It's a great job. Mackay gets the other side of the field on that play. That was a lot of running, and goes down inbounds, which will keep the clock going.
Another 18-yard scamper by the Husky. How about that?
And on a play where it looked like the handoff was not clean.
It was
not clean. They kind of bumped into each other and kind of made the most of it.
They did that sumo belly bump in the backfield is what they did. Camacho over center, one back in the backfield, two wings, and Machado's in motion. He's going to get it on the sweep. He's got blockers out in front of him and to the sideline and out of bounds. He goes inside they're going to mark him right at the 35-yard line, so maybe a gain of 4 for Machado.
Boy, and I don't know if it's just me, but we have not had a running clock, and this game is going by really fast. A lot of rushing. Only 2 minutes left in the game here. Marauders have a chance to just kind of get another first down and clock this one out, take a knee.
2:03 left to go in this one. I'm still bummed that the scoreboard says 34 when I'm pretty...
You're not crazy. That was in, and it's 35-0.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to keep you around if you tell me I'm right all the time. Quarterback looks to take the snap. It's Camacho. He takes the snap. Handoff comes to the near side. It is Senna on the sweep. Senna cuts it up underneath and will finally get stopped. Still pushes his way forward for a first down. And they're going to give him another 14 yards on the carry. How about that?
Yeah, the offensive line deserves some extra breakfast or maybe an extra snack.
On the bus ride home?
Film. Yeah, I mean, give them double. Give them double the food. These guys are working hard, man.
Well, Mingus has the ability at this point to just go ahead and kneel it out. 1:34 left to go with the clock running. And Mingus is going to line up and take another play. Camacho at quarterback. He's got two backs in the backfield. Takes his time. Waits, there's the snap. They're going to give it to Senna. Senna on the reverse. Cuts it up underneath and drives his legs inside the 10. Picks up another first down with another 12 yards with the carry. Now 1:10 left to go for the Mingus Marauders in this one. Mingus already has 393 yards of rushing. The ball at the 9-yard line. 102, 101 left to go. Mingus really only has to kneel on the ball once and get out of Deer Valley here with a victory.
Yeah, you'd think we'd see, most certainly we would see a victory lineup here and just the kneel down. And we'll see.
Mingus takes its time getting to the line. And a tight formation. This looks like a kneel down. There is the kneel down by Camacho. 32 seconds, 31 seconds left to go in this one. I do not believe that Mingus has to snap the ball again. The ball at the 10-yard line, and that should be a victory for the Mingus Marauders, who now go 4-1, and there is no way for them to not be in first place in the Grand Canyon region, starting Grand Canyon region play coming up next Friday night, Mr. Nick Yatsinko.
Oh, going to be a huge battle of the teams over the mountain there. Bradshaw is our first region opponent. And boy, is it going to be a tough, tough game, Jackie. We've seen a few teams that haven't had a lot of success. Bradshaw's seen a lot of tough teams. And right now, Marauders on top of the Grand Canyon region. Love to hear it.
Well, you were talking about a quick game. Bradshaw's in the second quarter. Right. We're done with the game.
Yeah, a lot of rushing. A lot of rushing, and Marauders taking care of business. Didn't even have to punt the ball tonight. Tried for the field goal. Didn't get it, but I like the practice.
35-0. The Jones Ford scoreboard on the screen here for Verde Valley TV says 34. It is 35-0 for the final here at Deer Valley High School. We're going to take a break. We'll get into the Gettles High Desert Mechanical post-game show coming up after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
The right vehicles, the right people, the right price. Make Jones Ford of Verde Valley the right place to buy. Choose from our new in-stock Ford selection or custom order just the way you want it. Buy pre-owned with peace of mind with Jones Ford's lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra cost. Plus, drive a little, save a lot. Jones Ford is your tax advantage destination. So, for the right vehicles at the right price, make the right choice. Jones Ford Verde Valley, family owned and operated for over half a century. Just off I-17 in Camp Verde.
Yavapai College has many degree and certificate programs to get you on track to a rewarding, well-paying career in a variety of industries such as healthcare, manufacturing, construction, elementary education, and art. Fall semester starts on August 15th, so there's still time to register. Visit us online today at yc.edu/admission to connect with your future career.
Well, the Mingus Marauders get another road victory here today, end up 4-1 going into Grand Canyon Region play. Another shutout, back-to-back shutouts. The Mingus Marauders beat Washington last week 48-0, beat Deer Valley here tonight by a score of 35-0. That makes 83-0 over 8 quarters for the Mingus Marauders. Got to be happy with your defense.
Yeah, most certainly. And to go further with that, your offense. I mean, you almost put 100 points up in a couple games. So coming into region play, which we are next week against Bradshaw Mountain, who latest scoring update is up on Thunderbird 23-0. So Thunderbird's a formidable opponent with a couple wins already this season. So Bradshaw, who we play next week in region play, yeah, I mean, we need these points. It was a great job, and defensively, we got some momentum going into this one.
Well, Mingus, all the scoring plays go Mingus's way. First quarter, 5.5 minutes left to go. Arenado starts it off with a 5-yard run. The extra point was no good as Hernandez nailed the upright on the right-hand side. It was 6-0. 1:03 left to go first quarter. A 12-yard sweep by Dixon, and he's got a nose for the end zone. He finds it. The extra point was good, 13-0. The last scoring play of the first half came with 4:40 left to go in the second quarter. A 5-yard race to the corner of the end zone, and guess what? Brulin wins. The extra point was good with the 2-point conversion, Brulin scores all 8 points. It was 21-0 at halftime. Third quarter action, 6:41 left to go. Mingus tries a 29-yard field goal with Hernandez, and it is no good. Off to the right, the score remains 21-0. Fourth quarter, Mingus will score again. They'll score twice again on pass plays. 11:07 left to go. Mingus scores on an 11-yard screen pass to Contreras from Dirkelek. The extra point was good by Hernandez, and Mingus was up 28-0. And then with 6:22 left to go, a 30-yard pass from Camacho to Contreras. It's the Pass brothers in order there. The extra point was good by Hernandez, and Mingus then ends tonight's game by a score of 35-0, going 4-1 going into Grand Canyon Region play. Any other scores for the Grand Canyon Region out there?
Yeah, Prescott is in a real close battle. Last update was at halftime against Sierra Linda, and it was 20-20. So a tough one for the Badgers tonight.
The Eagles probably favored over Washington here tonight. So they're looking to pick up another potential victory over the Rams. We don't have a score on that one. And Lee Williams was in a pretty good battle as well, if I remember, had a good opponent here tonight. But we're going to take a break here in the Gettles High Desert Mechanical post-game show. When we come back, we'll do some individual stats. We'll talk a little bit more about Bradshaw in the Grand Canyon region coming up next Friday at home for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
It'll be good.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Back here at Deer Valley High School, before we get into individual stats, we'll see if we've got any updated scores here for the Grand Canyon region.
Yeah, a couple of our tough teams. Coconino in the past has been just an absolute dogfight of a game. And those guys tonight are playing Northwest Christian, and at the half, last update, is 21-17. Panthers are on top of Northwest Christian.
Prescott all knotted up with Sierra Linda by a score of 20-20. Bradshaw commanding lead over Thunderbird, and last we heard it was a dogfight between Apache Junction and Lee Williams. So the Grand Canyon region trying to represent very well out there. Now, going into tonight, the Bradshaw Bears 1-3, and that is such a deceptive number because they have played phenomenal competition so far this season.
Yeah, Buckeye is going to be a playoff team. I mean, Buckeye's going to be a playoff team. Combs is fighting for a playoff spot. And by playoff spot, I mean, I'm confident that these guys are going to try to make a deep run, right? Combs is going to try to make a run. Micah Mountain is a formidable team coming up, and Bradshaw handled them their first game. That was their only win so far. But Buckeye, Combs, and Snowflake, all top-tier teams, all looking to make playoff runs. So you're right. I mean, that's deceptive. Bradshaw's played really tough teams.
Well, the actual AIA rankings are going to come out on the 11th. That's coming up next Tuesday. But according to Max Preps, which has something to do with those rankings, Micah Mountain coming in 4A at number 25. Buckeye coming in at number 9, probably maybe even a little better than that. They're 4-1. Combs is 4-1, ranked at number 14 according to Max Preps, and Snowflake at number 2. I'm not sure that they're actually number 2. However, they're definitely going to my expectation is they should have a home field game in round 1 for sure. So it looks like Mingus has played 3 playoff teams, if not 3 top 8 playoff teams to start the season, and then tonight Thunderbird shutting them out 23-0 here at halftime. That is another 3-win team. So Bradshaw, even though they may end up coming in to play Mingus at a record of 2-3, they are going to be battle tested. They're going to be tough. They will have played excellent competition, and that just makes you stronger, faster, wiser, and everything else.
Yeah, and that's head coach Bob Young over there for the Bears. He loves that. He loves that tough competition. I know my years playing for him, we played really, really tough teams, and he's getting his team prepared for that playoff run. And same with the Marauders. We're playing some better opponents than we have in the last couple seasons as we've been rebuilding. That's been no secret. And this year, you can't ask for more than what Coach Montebias has given us, Marauder fans. That we've been playing outstanding. And right now, we're seeing a couple games in a row where we almost have 100 points forced and 0 given up. So right now, Marauders with a lot of momentum. Maybe not as battle-tested as the Bradshaw Mountain Bears, but I'll tell you, it's going to make for a great game, a nice little rivalry game.
Certainly so, and hopefully I'm going to see if we can actually get Josh Longfellow to come in next halftime at Mingus and talk to us a little bit about that rivalry and what it feels like to play Bradshaw, especially at home, and open Grand Canyon region play that way. Well, the Mingus Marauders took it to the squad here from Deer Valley here tonight. Ended up, Matthias Aguilar ended up with 8 carries, 24 yards, and he was the leading rusher here for the Deer Valley squad. Kreisinger ends up with 12 carries and only 4 yards. Let's see, LeBaron ended up not playing the second half at the quarterback position, which was very unfortunate. He ended up 2 for 4, -1 yards throwing the ball. So the Mingus Marauders ended up holding the Deer Valley Skyhawks to just 46 yards on the ground on 27 carries overall, and 5 yards in the air on 6 attempts. So we're talking 51 yards of total offense here for Deer Valley. Meanwhile, the Mingus Marauders on the ground almost hit 400 yards on 50 carries. Derkelek had 7 carries and 45 yards. Arnado ends up with 18 carries, 134 yards. Senna, Isaac, ends up with 6 carries and 46 yards here toward the end of the game. Bruland ended up with 7 carries in the first half, 7 more in the second half. 1 touchdown, 141 yards on the ground. Dixon, a couple of carries and a touchdown. Machado, 3 carries in the game and 11 yards. And in the air, Derselek ends up, he ends up 1 for 4, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 11-yard touchdown pass, and Camacho 1 for 1 and a touchdown. That's going to make for an excellent quarterback rating. We're going to take a quick break. When we return here for final wrap-up at Deer Valley High School.
Call Rick or Scott Stokes at Sun Country Custom Woodworks about cabinets for every purpose and every budget. Sun Country Custom Woodworks can custom build cabinets for your dream kitchen or bath, adding tremendous value to your home. Organize the garage and store stuff right with a call to Sun Country. And ask about money-saving options, including modular cabinet choices. You know, your cabinets may not be from this century. For ideas, start at suncountrywoodworks.com.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Well, we're going to close out our Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show. Jackie Bessler along with Nick Yatsinko, and Mingus gives up 0 points over the last 8 quarters defensively. That's absolutely phenomenal. We're talking about momentum going into the Grand Canyon region. It's hard to build, design, write, create that kind of momentum, and it's for real.
Yeah, and your players are going to feel that, right? During the week, you guys have a lot of momentum. The offensive line's moving on all cylinders right now. You got Contreras catching a touchdown pass tonight. Great to see Dirkolek find success through the air with him. So you got to continue to build that chemistry. And the Marauders offense looks so good the last couple games. So good. Minimal penalties. We've seen the penalties clean up since the beginning of the season really, really nicely. And defensively, we're holding our opponents to 0 the last 2 games. So going into region play, I love it. I really love the kind of momentum the Marauders have right now, because I'll tell you, Bradshaw's going to be a dogfight. That is going to be unlike the teams we've seen. This is going to be region play. This is going to give us a taste of, if we can make the playoffs, what the playoffs would be like as well.
As you look at the Grand Canyon region, Bradshaw is going to be so much better than their record. There is no doubt about it. Prescott looks pretty dominating, 3-1 going in here tonight, playing a pretty tough Sierra Linda team as well. Lee Williams has been holding their own. Flagstaff is kind of fluttered, but Coconino has looked rather stellar as well. So Mingus has gotten through the easy part of their season, if you will, and now they're going to get on to Grand Canyon region, which I think is going to be much more stiffer competition, and it all starts next Friday night at Mingus Union High School. So we're going to invite all the Mingus fans to come out, and we need a red out in the stands and come cheer on your Mingus Marauders, which I think is going to be a fantastic game as Coach Young, Coach Dixon return to Mingus Union High School. Some of the legendary Mingus coaches return wearing the wrong uniforms out there, and they will go up against players that they coached. Aaron Midkiff and Montsabias and Palasari and this group of coaches. I mean, these kids grew up under this tutelage, so it is going to be quite stellar.
Yeah, it's going to be a special night. You're going to see a lot of love in between coaching staffs and a lot of competition. Coach Young was the one that derived that from all of us alum Marauders, and yeah, you know, Montsabias wants a piece of his old coach, so it's going to be a great game next week.
Well, we're going to call it a wrap here from Deer Valley High School. The Mingus Marauders victorious by a score of 35-0 over the Skyhawks. And we want to thank our crew, Sushila, Kandola, Brian Phillips, and Niko Contreras, all on cameras here tonight. And, of course, Zach Kline, our producer. For Nick Yatsinko, I'm Jackie Bessler, wishing one and all a phenomenal evening. We will talk to you next Friday from Mingus Union High School. The Bradshaw Bears and the Mingus Marauders coming up next Friday night.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist, online at GettlesHDM.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettles High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
This has been a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Mingus Marauder Football is brought to you by Jones Ford Verde Valley, Arizona's best since 1970. State Farm Insurance, Jennifer Griffin. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Rock Zoo Screen Printing, where clothing comes to rock. Longfellow Excavating, we dig your ideas. And Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. Your 2022 Mingus Marauder Football is also brought to you by these fine businesses. Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, 3 generations here to serve you. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. All Price Insurance. Call 634-2311 to get your quote. Gettles High Desert Mechanical, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Don't settle, get Gettles. Your Neighborhood Rice Accounting and Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Sun Country Custom Woodworks, serving all of northern Arizona with commercial and residential custom cabinets. And Yavapai College. You can, we can, together. Tune in for details on the next Mingus Marauders game on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.